What share? Where? Discord?
Yeehaw!
I don't have a share. No, I don't see it.
Green.
Yeah, and how come you haven't followed Fable Forge RPG yet? It even suggested you should.
Well, man, them cameras are jacked up, so we're going to go to this view where the cameras aren't jacked up. Hello, good evening, everybody. How come I haven't... What? What do you mean, how come I haven't... I followed Fable Forge RPG a long time ago.
On Twitter.
According to the screenshot, you haven't.
On Twitter? I don't understand where the hell you're seeing that at. Arrange video window.
It's a VC window. It just says
Did
VC
you-
call and the time.
The share button on your internet, maybe?
Maybe you should pop one of us back into the window so you can see it. Does that make sense?
Well, how do you pop somebody back in?
You
Snap
hit the
in.
dot and snap
Oh,
it.
that
and
window?
it snapped it.
Yeah, where did that window disappear to? That's a good question. What the
You
hell?
broke things.
I'm not sharing nothing.
Yes, you are.
You are.
You're sharing your Twitter page on your browser.
Really? Is there anything there interesting?
Not really.
Followed Fable Forge RPG. They even follow you.
All right. Well, it's
Well,
doing.
now you're scrolling.
You're
Now
scrolling.
he's scrolling.
Scrolling, really?
Yep.
What do you think about that? Huh? Exciting. 20 sides to every story.
Oh,
I don't see a way to turn this shit off, guys. So,
You don't have a VC window outside of the cams that are open?
no. I don't.
Is there a thing at the top of your browser window where you can click the little share button?
No.
What's that green button with like the two dots on it? Oh, there it goes.
What the hell are you talking about?
You
It
fixed it.
disappeared.
was it the 2-dot green thing up there? In case that never happens to me.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He's
right.
trolling us. He's trolling
You're
us now.
piss poor liar.
I'm pissed
Either that
poor.
or all those loud noises that affected his brain.
Don't.
What?
Huh? Now you sound like me. Sound like me every time my wife says something. What? So good evening to y'all, and we are back for Deadlands Thursday. Technical difficulties as usual, and we are in the middle of a cattle drive, right?
Yeehaw!
I actually think we're towards the beginning of it, but yeah.
We just found some
Yeah, you
weird
just really
people.
got started.
Yeehaw, cocksuckers.
That's not a nice thing to say to our weird inventor friends. They're in the same union as HG.
No, I was saying it to you guys.
Oh, okay, that's okay then.
So, do you remember where we left off last week? First of all, let me ask you this. We didn't really do much after we drew adventure cards and fate chips. Brad did play an adventure card, which gave all of you guys 2 cards to play.
An additional.
So, do you want me to reset things, or do you want me to leave them alone because most of you guys right now get 2 adventure cards to play?
I'm fine
Completely
with
up to you.
sticking with what we have at the moment.
No, we have 6 to choose from. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Well, I have 5. But
So we'll take Albert out of the combat tracker so that he's not at probably the
I
party
only
sheet.
have 4, but I believe I already played one.
Albert just went to that.
Yeah, you played the like friendship and peace one when we met the
Yeah.
railroad man.
Yeah. I got us in with the real boss.
Yep. You did have to play something on that, but you still have another card though, don't you?
I have a bunch of cards.
Okay. All right. So at the end of the last session, I was drawing for random encounters, and I drew. Got it in here somewhere. It's King of Spades. Because somebody said, is black bad? And Jingo said, black is almost always bad. Right.
Mm-hmm. I do remember that.
Okay, so you guys are starting to enter a more populated area, and you've actually chased Eddie Griff around out on these plains out here, these valleys, hills, and plains. And, Perdition's not too far away. And it is about. First of all, let me ask you: are you guys going to? There are 9 cowboys besides you guys that are ranging this herd. You camp at night. There's always people out riding around. Making sure that. Are you any part of that?
I
Jeb
would
might
be.
be.
In other words,
Jeb might be
basically
asleep.
we would break it up into watches. You're gonna take a watch. And so that's all it would be. It'd be like taking a watch, and you'd ride out on the range for a while, make sure but maybe there's some riding skills involved or something. I just don't know what people are doing. If you've got no cowboy skills, I'd suggest you probably don't do something like that.
Well, Timmons would probably say, I ain't got no cowboy skis, but I sure the hell take a watch. And it better be early because you ain't waking me up in the middle of the night. So I take first watch.
So the rest of you guys just kind of let the cowboys handle it, and I guess you're just there to take care of trouble. So it's about 3 o'clock in the morning on the 22nd of July,
When all of
and
a sudden,
hmm.
when all of a sudden,
Well, everybody give me notice rolls.
Is Timmons sleeping?
Yeah.
All right, -4.
Lonzo and Doc. Jeb, you hear it. I don't know if you understand what's being said or not, but someone is speaking in Spanish, and it sounds like they're rousting David Shelton up the ranch boss. And you, couple that can speak Spanish, that I know can speak Spanish, he comes riding in and he says, "Hey, there were some gunshots, bunch of gunshots and gunfire just to the north about 30 minutes ago."
does
Yep, I
somebody
heard that. Good thing I was heard.
did we hear the gunshot, or did we just hear the people talking Spanish?
HG was probably still up drinking. It's 3 o'clock in the morning after all. That's his peak performing time. He's
Well,
inventing things.
I had to take an early nap too. I was feeling particularly old, so.
So he might have heard the gunfire way off in the distance to the north.
Lonzo, did you hear what that man said?
He said there was gunfire.
I don't think I heard any gunfire.
All right, I'm gonna come out of
Should
my bunk
investigate.
and find the man who said that.
Well, it's one of the gauchos that work for the Shelton Ranch. And he speaks with you, and he says, "Yes," says, and I can't speak Spanish, obviously, or else I would say this in Spanish. I can't do a Jeb Bush here for you, but Viggo Mortensen. Anyway, he says that there was a lot of gunfire, like a lot of it, and it lasted for about 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and then it stopped. And
Did it sound like there were as many guns involved,
like
or a single gun?
he could hear it on the wind, so he rode up over the next little rise there, and he could hear it off in the distance really well after he got up beyond that rise.
We don't have any of our herd in that area, do we?
Oh no, no.
Okay.
But it
I
is
will
the
go wake,
direction you're moving.
I will go wake the others and say there's something that we probably need to investigate. That best to investigate now rather than wait till daylight and send our herd through an ambush.
I'm already in the process of trying to wake up Timmons by throwing water on him.
Well, think about this, Jeb. It is 3 o'clock in the morning, and Alonzo's got a point. It's quite a ways in the distance. Doesn't seem to pose an immediate threat, but probably worth investigating. Sun will be up in a couple hours.
Right, and
Hell,
better
it is July.
investigate now. Yeah, better
Yeah.
investigate now before any evidence of what happened got left.
We ain't
Or
gonna be
just
able to see nothing. Timmons says out from underneath the wagon.
You
Me-
you haven't
How was
embraced being
that?
harrowed. You're still the law dog. You're the undead law dog, man.
yeah, I know it's a hard habit to break, man.
Of course, you probably weren't even sleeping.
No, he wasn't.
Timmons moves
Should
over out of the wet spot and tries to go back to sleep.
Mr. Timmons, we need the mayor for our investigation.
To make it official.
The mayor he can only put it on the docket when the sun comes up.
So, so that you guys are clear. The fuck is that? Pyrex and I are trying to sell something. Wanna become famous? Yeah, somebody fucking spammer.
Yeah, I don't have moderation rights, or I would have banned him.
What? Oh, you sure do. You should have.
Yeah, we both do. It's not giving me the option.
It didn't give me the option either.
It gives me the option to click to reply, and that's it.
All right, hold on. Gotta do it the old-fashioned way.
/ban, and then I start typing the name. That's what I usually do.
Copy. Yeah, I'm gonna copy it. Copy.
Appreciate it. All right. So anyway, I don't know if you guys are understanding. Alonzo's saying, why not, just keep an eye on the herd and go investigate tomorrow. Is that the way I understood it, Alonzo?
Yes. That is the direction the herd will be going tomorrow. We should maybe scout ahead.
Yes,
Okay.
if we scout out a little bit,
Okay.
It will be sunlight soon. By the time
perhaps
we
at dawn.
ready to,
Yes.
by the time we're ready to up and ride, it'll be getting close to dawn, so we can get an early out and see what's out there. They said there was a lot of gunfire, and
Because it was dark and they
H,
couldn't see nothing, and they kept missing.
actually said he heard some of it.
Kept missing.
So is that your plan?
Yes.
go on out there?
We should prepare for scouting out ahead, either
Timmons'
soon or at
plan is
dawn.
to wait till morning-ish. The sun's up.
Fine.
Let's somebody
Fine.
drags him out by his feet.
Nah. Fine. You stay here with the rest of the cattle drivers and cowboys and shit. We'll take care of this and meet up later.
A lot later. Timmons stayed up on first shift, remember?
As you're standing here talking, you catch, it's like there's a flash real quick because it's pitch black outside, just a flash, and you don't hear any thunder.
I'm assuming it wasn't like a muzzle flash.
What was that? Did it come from a particular direction?
As you guys start looking around, you realize that far off to the west northwest.
Roughly the way we're going.
No, kind of more west, like out over the maze. You occasionally see the sky just kind of faintly light up a little bit. I mean, it's enough
Probably far
to,
off.
yeah, it's like a storm way off in the distance.
Interesting.
So-
So I do not hear the thunder.
So 3 o'clock in the morning, Timmons ain't going anywhere. What are you guys doing? He says he's
I
waiting
guess
for
we're going to
daylight.
investigate.
Are you?
I guess we are.
Okay.
Should be sneaky.
Who's going with you?
Well, Doc.
I will assist you, Jeb. I have my lantern.
Alonzo,
HG
I
is
believe,
still
also going.
awake.
I don't think HG cares.
Doesn't care about going either, whether or not he's down. I did take my deputy badge.
Deputy
You mean your
badge.
Chinese star?
Marshall's 10 star.
Are you gonna make Timmons go?
I don't know. I'm
No.
just waiting on you guys to let me know what's happening.
I think all but HG and Timmons are going.
So HG will go.
Oh, okay.
All
He
right.
just wouldn't have cared hearing stuff. There's some gunfire in the distance. Whatever. Oh, we're going to investigate. Okay. Well, that's part of my job. Well,
Yes, HG, just imagine it might be some sort of distillery that exploded.
All right. So in the tower, everybody who goes, give me some kind of a survival check. Like, something that relates to tracking to luck, pure luck. Holy shit.
That seemed like a lot of dice.
That was.
Well, at least one of us succeeded, I hope.
Yeah. So Doc Fong, you ride north by a little northwest. And Doc, you catch the smell on the breeze. It's with a roll like that, I'd say you caught it pretty quick. And it was probably a 2-hour ride out here, hour and a half. Kind of looking around trying to find it, and all of a sudden you smell that's it's gunpowder, and you kind of zone in, and you come to a spot where it looks like there's a semi-dry creek bank or creek bed kind of flowing along the ground, and it's down in a little hollow that's not, maybe 12 feet below you as you come upon it. And there's something standing there, and it looks like stage curtains all the way around it in a cube, like hanging off of it. And it's probably 20 feet tall. And there are a couple of soldiers that you can see on horseback. And I need you to give me, well, no, what I need to do is roll for these guys to see something here.
Can we distinguish what type of soldiers they are?
Um,
or at least what side they may serve.
so you
They're
guys,
stormtroopers.
let's see. We got Jeb would know for sure that he'd be the first one once you kind of pointed out, hey, I smell something over here, and you guys kind of go up over this rise and you see this below you. And Jeb, you're like, those are Union soldiers. And give me a common knowledge roll, Jeb.
Ah, the ones from the top part of the place.
Yep. The top part of the place.
Yes, I remember seeing the map.
Northern states, I believe he means.
Yes, that's what I said, the top part of the map. Below the part called Canadia.
Canada, huh?
Yeah, Canada. It's where Canadians are from.
Exactly. Alonzo knows.
Yeah, I think Brad's a total hoser.
Eh?
Exactly.
Does anyone else feel like some poutine for some reason?
Poutine
I
sounds
love some poutine.
I feel that
We'll
there
have
would
to-
be a Wu-Tang joke if J Rob was here.
That's cheese curds with gravy on it, right?
And fries.
Is yes.
Oh, a mix. I wonder if I can get those at Culver's.
Possibly.
N-
I don't know
no,
if it's the
Culver's,
same.
Culver's has cheese curds, but it's not the same thing. They don't have the brown gravy that you need.
Yeah, I didn't like their cheese curds. I was like, these are kind of.
Yeah.
Fries.
So, being upstate New York, we just kind of like half-ass it. So we just put gravy on all of our fries.
I don't mind gravy on fries. It's not bad.
No. I prefer ranch, but
I don't know. I say I like it. It's just like working in a restaurant. Really, one out of at least every 3 people has gravy on their fries here.
I like
Oh,
white gravy. Where it's like all bacony. That's a good gravy.
yeah, I like bacon and sausage gravy. Oh,
So,
little
so
chunks
We
Jeb,
of it.
digressed. I'm not even there, and I'm yelling digressed. Would you just? We got cows to move.
so what do you think that thing is there?
Well, they
My
see
first
you
guess,
about the same
Is this
time.
the circus?
I think it's a medical tent, but I could
Is
be
it?
wrong.
Is it the circus?
Klinger?
I don't
Mash.
think it's the circus. It's very possible it's some sort of surgery tent.
These guys are all kind of looking at you.
I think they see us.
Jeb will wave.
Jeb, are you from this Union place?
No. I was friendly with some of the officers when they came through Kansas, just trying to keep the town out of harm's way, sort of
The
thing.
way I
Oh, that's
remember
right.
it,
You told
you were
me.
friendly with the officers' wives.
Kansas is neutral territory.
No, different characters.
No, Kansas is disputed territory.
Yeah.
Right. That means that there was a lot of battles there.
There's a
I
lot
have
of
heard
bullshit
rumors it
going
is very flat. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Yeah, so you guys got that? You got the map?
Hello, Kitty.
So that's what you see, and they all see you, and they kind of ride up, and you notice kind of back in this direction, there's like several bodies piled up.
I wonder if something has happened.
Good morning,
Maybe.
gentlemen. Is there anything we can help with here? Maybe.
Well, a couple of them come riding up like this. You see everybody kind of starts advancing on their horses. This guy in the middle, he says, "You need to move on around. Go back to where you came from."
Well, thing is, we're going to have a herd of cattle coming through this area. So,
There's many of them, more than 200, I think, maybe even 210.
shush, shush. Quiet, Doc.
Oh, yes.
Flag.
We just heard the gunshots last night and just wanted to make sure there wasn't any sort of dangers we needed to avoid. Other than maybe the incoming storm.
You guys do see this storm. As farther north you've ridden, this lightning started flashing closer and closer, and then you started hearing the rumble of the thunder, and it's gotten louder and louder. And you're talking to the guy, and now it's I mean pretty loud, pretty, like there's a lot of noise going on.
That's a lot of weather.
Is that coming through Discord?
It is on me a little bit. I'm turning it down on Sirenscape. Better now.
Quick question. The bodies that we see, are they dressed in the same uniforms as the other people here?
Good question.
That's weird. Oh, it must be using. It grabbed cable D. Are they what? Well, you see a hodgepodge. I mean, are you going to ride forward? You can't really tell from where you're at. Just a bunch of, you can tell their bodies. It's now about, an hour after sunrise.
Well, since my eyesight is better than his, can I see it from here?
Well, you see a bunch of bodies over there, piled up. Looks like uniformed bodies. Bunch of uniform bodies.
Try to get a little bit closer to see if I can't get a look.
You've been warned to keep your distance.
This horse, it has a mind of its own, you see.
You hear crash, lightning crash. You hear, "Major, we're having issues." And you guys notice the curtains blowing around. These big curtains are hanging off this thing here in the middle, this big cube. And you're not sure in the early morning light what's underneath there, but the wind is really starting to blow these things around now. And the major says, "I'm telling y'all, you probably need to move, and I mean skedaddle quick."
Well, if it's something dangerous, we could definitely try to help you with it.
That might be a good plan to listen to him.
I can't hear you, Wicked.
I said, might be a good plan to listen to him. If I made something like that, it could blow up real big.
Hey, Jeb, maybe you could flash your badge.
I wonder if it is what is causing this weather.
Yeah, I think that weather is coming over Discord is where it's coming from.
I am not here.
I have it on Sirenscape.
I'm not hearing it on
Okay.
If I mute Sirenscape, it goes away.
There's a lot of audio adjusting on my side. So, he's kind of threatening you off here, Jeb. What are you going to do? He tells you you're not going to, he says you're not going to bring any herd of cattle through here in the next day or two. And you're thinking, yep, you'll be bringing them through here in about 6 hours.
Whether he likes it or not. I really don't want to offend or anything, but these cows are coming, and we're not going to be able to steer too clear of you.
The curtains really begin blowing on this thing, and you're not sure what's going on. These guys kind of ride over and hop off their horses, so regardless of what the token looks like. There's 3 of them close in, and you see them trying to grab these curtains and hold them down. You guys all give me a notice roll who's there.
Yes, my Sirenscape just died for some reason.
Okay.
Too much weather.
Jeb and Alonzo, there's a -2 on that, but because of the early morning light. But Jeb, it makes sense, cat eyes. So your bonus helped you there. So Jeb and Alonzo, you see that whatever it is looks like it's made of iron or steel. Looks like great big pipes or something. You're not sure what the hell's under it.
If only if only HG could get a look at it, he could probably tell us.
Crash! Lightning crashes like real close to you. Boom! The thunder report is right on top of the lightning. And these guys all dismount, and the major's like, "You heard me. Don't bring your cattle through here." And he rides over and he jumps off his horse, and they're all trying to get these curtains and pull these curtains down, and this lightning's crashing all around these fuckers, and you're pretty certain, Alonzo and Jeb, that's a big iron structure underneath there of some kind.
Well, we definitely don't want to go anywhere near it if there's lightning around.
Alonso's going to move to the side and he's going to shout, "I would not stand next to it if I were you."
I'm gonna take shelter behind these rocks over here.
It does not seem a wise decision.
What is that you have in there anyway?
You guys now have been here on this scene with this storm blowing up for about 2 minutes. And the soldiers have all but forgotten you, but the major keeps looking over his shoulder as he's trying to keep these like big canvas curtains pulled down, and the wind's grabbing them like sails on a ship and trying to pull them away. And all of a sudden, the wind rips these things away, and you see standing underneath is this 20-foot tall iron soldier, for lack of a better word.
Does it look like Rob Conway at all?
Sort of, yeah, sort of. Very much. Looks like a man, very much. Can't hear you, Venom.
So this is Iron Man as opposed to the War Machine we found.
I am Iron Man.
My 8-foot sentinel doesn't seem quite so impressive anymore.
Yeah, your sentinel's not much to gaze at on this. And lightning continues to crash, and the major turns around and he sees you guys, and you see him reaching for his gun.
Hey, now, no reason to violent or anything.
Yeah, pretty much like the surprises out of the... Give me one more notice roll, Jeb. Okay. Yeah, these guys seem to have some insignia on their uniforms and some markings that you're unfamiliar with, but you're pretty certain that it means that they're top of the line shit. Top of the line military units.
Hey guys, these guys are elites.
And
should
the major,
try to...
with that, we are going to lock the tokens.
I think they were already locked.
Yeah.
Are they locked? Oh yeah, that's good. Good deal. And I am going to deal cards. Timmons isn't here, so I'll pull him out of the combat tracker.
HG, what do you think that giant metal man is?
I'm guessing a giant metal man. Although if I was to have one that big, he would do a lot more than just stand there.
Alonso, the top of round one, you see this all kind of develop real quickly. And this storm just rushes out of nowhere. And this is one of the things that you've found odd since coming to Southern California here is that around the maze, these storms, I mean, it'll be a typical high desert day, and then just within 15 minutes, the skies are black and this storm rips through at 45 miles an hour, tears shit up. And it's been happening for the last few months, and you're not sure what's going on.
I blame Grim.
Well, it's been happening since the big rail battle outside the gates of Los Angeles.
So I blame Grim.
It could be that
Probably
Hellstrom guy
wise.
helping too.
No, he probably had something to do with it, but
And I will.
All right, and they have a giant metal man.
is it just standing there or is it moving?
Just standing there.
He goes, ho, ho, ho.
No, I mean it. Actually, you can see like windows in it and stuff, and there's guns pointing out all over this thing. This looks like a walking tank, and you can see a ladder that goes up the back of one of the calves and one of the legs, and there's a door in the back of it. Like people could actually crawl inside this thing.
Gods, how do you fight such a thing? And
I don't know, but we could always take it for ourselves.
I'm thinking it would be a lot of.
You guys have HG. It's not going to be a problem.
Is one of these guys here the leader type, or the one?
Yeah, that dude right there they address as Major, but for battle purposes, as none of them looks any more skilled than another, if that's what you're asking. But he's the one who was addressed as Major, and he's the one who had the conversation with Hexman and said that they wouldn't be bringing any cattle through here in the next day anyway.
He's clearly given the orders.
Yeah, clearly given the orders.
I'm going to see. I can't move if I aim this round, can I? I'm just
I
gonna.
don't think so, no.
I'm just gonna aim this round at his horse.
All right, so I'll cancel your move. You're going to take the aim action. Nice.
I think he's actually off his horse.
Yeah, they're all off their horses now. Disregard the horses.
I'm aiming at him if he's not on his horse.
Yeah, the horses are just kind of all running wild out here now because these guys, they're trained military horses. They just rode over here and they're standing there waiting for whatever to happen.
HG is holding his action. He's still kind of waiting for the confirmation.
Jeb, what should we do?
Perhaps we should return to the herd ASAP, and we'll try to take shelter from the storm for one, and then try to veer slightly more north, I guess, to avoid these folks, because these are some bad soldiers. They're the ones that survived a lot of battles.
All right, that's
Most
about the
likely.
length of a conversation right there. Doc, what are you going to do? Doc's
I'm
moving
gonna
that
move
way.
there. But I'm going to keep an eye on them.
Okay.
And otherwise, I'm going to, put a hand towards my revolver just in case, but not do anything else.
Jeb, you're moving to there.
Yep.
So you start to move away, and you see the Major takes his hand off of his revolver and looks at the other two guards next to him. The other two soldiers next to him on either side. And they both turn and look at you as well.
Don't worry, Major. We didn't see anything.
Straight roll was a natural 1.
That's what it says.
It is true, we saw nothing.
I don't think they believe us.
I'm trying to assist Jeb's art.
Sorry, I thought that was Marb's rolls.
Yeah, I'm looking for something here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it must be this guy up top. Yep. Yep. That's a major. All right, doesn't matter because you open up the same NPC sheet for all. Stat block. Let's see. What would I roll against?
I think
Notice.
it's Spirit.
Notice.
What is the contest for persuasion?
It would be against Spirit unless he's trying to, like, see if we're serious or something. Or I think it would be smarts to see if we're lying.
Smarts, I think would work.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, either way, he's not so sure. You guys are, it would take a lot to persuade him, and you definitely hit the nail on the head. You could tell you just saw something that no one was meant to see. And these guys all know it, and lightning is crashing around you. Lightning crashes.
Yeah, well,
Mm-hmm.
All right,
good luck with your metal man in the lightning storm. Later.
I do have an idea though, Jeb. Should I try it?
Depends. What's your idea?
I was thinking if I could ask them very, very nicely, maybe they will tell us about this metal man.
I have a feeling that, regardless of how nice you ask, that it's not going to happen.
I will ask just in case. Excuse me, Major. We won't tell anyone, of course. Could you tell us what this metal man is and tell us all about it, please? I would much prefer...
Hang on. It's Jeb's turn. Jeb, are you done?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Nah, I think Doc is trying to get us killed, or at least a heavier bounty on our heads.
Well, he pulled the card.
Just because
Played
they
the
have to
card.
spill the beans doesn't mean that there isn't going to be consequences from them spilling the beans, and us
Yeah.
knowing.
But,
He
you know,
played
if...
the card to get him here.
I didn't know you played this card. You need to tell me I'm playing a card, because I just... Is that Hulk Hogan?
What? Oh. And the
I think it's the diabetes guy. Or if the two had a child.
So, this guy turns and walks your direction. You play this card. Yeah,
I mean,
diabetes.
If
Diabetes.
our curiosity is sated, then we would be more likely to leave and never come back.
He walks your direction, and just about the time he starts to say something to you, these other guys, they still got their hands on their guns, and they're pulling rifles off of their horses now. They've kind of wrangled their horses around. Hell, the cat's out of the bag as far as they're concerned. They're pulling their rifles and shit out. And he walks over to you and he says, "This is a piece of top secret equipment that was stolen from the Union Army off of the railroad."
let me guess, by Hellstrom's men.
And no, not by
Oh.
Hellstrom's men.
Was it by that grim fellow and his people? There's some kind of cult, you know.
Take a look at this. He walks over, and so you guys are right now kind of out of combat, but he walks over and he points at these bodies.
Confederate men?
I don't know, you gonna walk over with him?
Yeah, I'll hop down off my horse and follow. Come along, Doc.
You see a combination, Jeb. You would recognize some of them as Mexican military uniforms, and some of them as Confederate uniforms. The Confederate uniforms, they just look like, they've got their linsey woolsey shirts and really old shot up jackets and stuff, holy jackets, and like, it looks like they've been taken off other soldiers that didn't quite make it to the battle or something. But these guys obviously didn't either. And you see some Union soldiers that are piled in a different, they're not piled up, they're lined up and they're covered, like over.
Yeah, like they were killed in the line of duty.
Yeah,
You're gonna give them a nice burial as opposed to the other dudes.
right.
Interesting. So some sort of other faction, I guess.
Well, you said spill the beans. Let's just have it here. So, okay. So I rolled a 6, a King of Spades, which is +6 on the table roll, which gave me people. The hero stumbled upon something mysterious along with some folks who are interested in keeping it that way. Well, who were these people? They were Union soldiers. Well, not too far away from here is Fort 51. Probably about 5-6 days ride if you can make it across Death Valley out there. Ride east into southern Nevada. The group is what's left of a unit sent from Fort 51 to retrieve property stolen from them by Confederate and Mexican military operatives. It's being moved by rail to Los Angeles. It's a large steam-powered object, can run efficiently on Ghost Rock. When the posse encounters it, soldiers concealed behind huge curtains. Soldiers are preparing to depart the scene. What must have been a grisly battle, numerous dead, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. Complications. Now, here's where the fun part comes in. Complications. As you guys are all kind of standing around and looking at this, and because we're not really out of combat yet, lightning strikes and hits this fucking metal thing, okay? And you hear this thing whirl for a second, and it goes, woo, like this, and it kind of takes 2 or 3 steps forward this direction, because that's the way it's facing, and I can't do, let's see, you're 7, you're 8, you're 12, can't do HG yet.
HG's technically on hold, isn't he?
Yeah, HG is technically on hold. It doesn't matter. Map's not big enough to get away.
No, that's a sorry excuse.
All right.
Yeah, Unity, the map keeps extending. You don't have to worry about the edge.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Except I didn't make this in Unity. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing somebody here. 1, 2,
What do you mean you
3,
didn't make
4,
it?
5,
Alonso?
6. And then you two. No, and that's it. No, I thought I was missing a soldier. I've got him. He was hiding underneath the yellow arrow from me. All of a sudden, you guys hear pop, 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 and fucking these guns start going off as this thing takes a couple of steps around, and they're shooting all around in every direction.
Yeah, I'd like to use a reaction to dive for cover.
I think I should have partial cover behind Jeb.
You guys up front are fucked. That's all I got to say. You guys up front are fucked. Okay, so that's 1 hit, and it should have. Did it remove? So what do I have to resolve this one at a time, Jingo? Do you know? On a blast like this, it's going to do this 3 times, by the way. Can I just do all 3 blasts and then roll damage?
You should be able to do damage. I think it'll still roll separate damage for each person, though.
Okay.
Give it a try.
All right.
It'll either do that or do one at a time. And kind of cycle through them.
Oh. Fuck.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to cycle through, because if you double click it again, it should go to the next one, right? Yep.
Ow, my insides.
Holy shit.
Bye-bye, elite soldier.
By his insides.
No, I'm pretty sure it got its head. Got his head.
Because it doesn't get you in the head.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There were 7 targets. That is 1, 2, 3, 4.
You need to do it 3 more times.
Damn, this is confusing. 5, 6, 7.
Ooh.
Then you go back and apply all of it.
Doc, you might want to... Okay.
Let me take care of the soldiers.
No, you soaked one of them at least.
All right, so
Alright, real quick question. For instance, you were to be able to get an additional immediate turn, would that go in the middle of the shooting?
If he's able to match the athletics.
What about, for instance, adrenaline?
Immediate turn.
wait a minute. Are you talking about playing a
The
card?
card-
If a card says
card says
immediate, it's immediate.
It's right then.
Excuse me a minute, I must run away.
Disconnect. Thank you for the follow, Disconnect. Disconnect. So, are you playing a card, Doc Fong?
Yes, I just did.
Did you soak your wounds that you wanted to? You did, didn't you?
Yeah, I soaked one.
Okay.
And now he's trying to get the hell out of Dodge.
I'm still applying shit from that thing. Yeah, there's lead flying because I'm going to roll that twice more. But you're playing this card, so let's see what is Adrenaline Surge. Your hero gets an additional and immediate turn, including new movement. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to run and try to jump behind the shrubbery for cover.
Okay, so you are now outside of the 10-foot range, so I'll pick you up on the next go around for 2 shots.
And I'm gonna frantically gesture at HG and Alonzo that it's bad, in case they didn't notice somehow.
Can you put the thing on the map so we can see it?
Is it not there? What thing? The tank soldier?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't think you got it revealed.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
there we
now
go.
it's- no, there it is.
Wow, I had it unhidden and everything. I just had to redo it. And yeah, big,
Oh, well,
big
at
fucking
least he
thing.
missed on that one.
He certainly did. Terrible roll. And third time. I think he missed again. Oh, no. Wait a second. What did I just roll? What did I just roll?
He hits everybody but me.
That's, yeah, Gatling gun. Okay. Hit, miss. Hit everybody but you. It did, didn't it? Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits.
Now, see, if you were just up front and said, yeah, we need your help, we could have helped you. But no. Now you're getting
What would
slaughtered by
you
your
have
own
done in this situation? Would you have went and climbed inside the metal monster in this lightning storm?
Well, Jeb being Jeb and practically, in his eyes, invincible, Yeah, probably.
I could have used burrow and dynamite to knock it over.
You know, we can always wrap some sort of wire around its legs and trip it.
Alonzo's thinking he might be able to get inside and turn it off.
I think the reason it went wonkers is because of the lightning strike.
Still
Yeah.
got to be an off switch.
No, it does this. You hear this thing go. And then it just kind of stops, and it's kind of like a pack of firecrackers. One or two more goes off, and then it's just standing there. And these soldiers are all shot to fuck, the ones that were standing right up close to it. And a couple of them aren't getting up. And Jeb's been shot, Doc's been shot, but I have to do the same thing to you guys out here because you guys are at a different range. So, Doc, you'll get 2 of these shots.
All right, one other thing, quick. Since I actually did technically get a turn, it should have been able to roll for to see if I would unshake.
Oh yeah, you did get a full turn. So just give me a vigor roll. Or is it spirit? It's vigor, isn't it?
For shake, I think it's spirit.
Spirit? Hang on, let's just do it this way. Remains shaken.
Okay, that's not what I thought it was.
Okay,
All right.
seeing as it just hit me behind cover with the rays, I want to go ahead and play not today to turn
Okay.
its recent attack into a critical failure.
I like it.
Okay. Yeah, because even at a
I don't
distance,
think
this
I'm
thing.
going to survive that.
Critical failure. Okay. So we'll say that the long range guns completely jam on this thing, and you guys outside of that, out here at the at medium range for these Gatling guns, you kind of hear the thing like make some noise up front, and that's it. So we won't even do the long range damage. This thing's fucking deadly. Nice card, HG. Nice card to play.
I was going to do it the first round, then by the time I realized I had it, you're kind of like rolling through the damage for everybody, so I figured it's a little late.
Well, you guys didn't get tore up too bad, but there are a couple of dead soldiers, and the major comes up to you, Jeb, and he says, "Just give us a day. Keep the herd back. Just give us a day."
Well, we'll try, but may have to move in sooner than that. But we will ride off immediately and meet back up with the rest of the herd.
All right.
I said, perhaps I can stay and help them at least get its guns shut down and less dangerous if they can get me inside.
Well, HG, as you climb up inside here, you see a lot of the controls are fucking melted, and there's an obvious place where it looks like a key goes into it. And if you would have talked to the major a little bit, which Jeb was doing, he would have told you they were waiting for someone to come with a key to get this thing, because that's when after the Confederate and Mexican armies got together and stole it from them, they tried to get it away on a wagon. They couldn't operate it. They didn't have a key. The key was shipped separately. Well, the wagons are all broke down, and they had this thing. You can see these broken down wagons over here, and they had uprighted this, and they had it standing, and they were trying to hide it and cover it, and this storm comes along. So there we go. So there's our random encounter for the King of Spades, and it was bad, but it could have been a lot worse.
It was interesting and different, that's for sure.
Well, hell, what do you do with something like that? It's like just a random encounter. Okay, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. All right, it works. And I don't know how my shoes can come untied sitting still in my chair.
It's to balance out how cords tangle themselves when they're just sitting there.
You know what? It was probably a cat. He came by and went under the desk, grabbed a shoelace, and just pulled, and then ran off.
Well,
That's
he was
Oh, it didn't
planning
even make a
to
sound.
tie the two together, and he just interrupted him.
But I have had cats actually untie my shoes before.
Oh, I have too, but there's no cat down there. I think it's more due to the
At the
fact
moment,
that I've never been able to sit still a day in my life. Mama tells people that I started talking when I was 8 months old and ain't shut up since.
I can believe it.
Believe it. So there you are. You're back at camp. So you talk to him. Oh, by the time you get back there, this storm ripped ass through here too, right? And there's cattle scattered everywhere. So right now they need all the help they can getting these cattle rounded back up because they're scattered over about a mile and a half. Holy shit!
HG, I think you went HD or something.
Huge.
Widescreen.
There it goes.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Don't go hitting
No,
random
hit
buttons.
the red button.
Do we need to give your character color blindness too, so you don't to avoid hitting the red buttons?
They're clearly gray
But
buttons. I
it's
don't know what you're talking about.
But she so loves hitting his buttons, and he finds such little joy at this age in his life.
I thought that's what
So
his
the-
alcohol was for.
The storm wakes Timmons up and he
Oh,
helps
yeah.
with the cattle.
Yeah, you wouldn't have. Did you give me a riding roll?
No, but I can.
Yeah, Timmons is probably pretty well versed at this. I mean, he's he was a teamster, so this is old
Well,
hat to him.
he also has a hindrance of a heavy sleeper, so he's got a -4 to wake
Uh,
up.
Yeah, that storm, nobody would have slept through that.
Yeah.
Especially if you're under the wagon because you were getting drenched by acid rain. All right, so riding roll: Alonzo, Jeb, Doc. You guys aren't
That
much
wasn't a
fucking
riding.
help. Oh.
Oh, helping with the horses?
Yeah, with the cattle.
Yeah, there's a 3. My saddle's wet. Doc, with the wounds, does the best.
He's a
He's
natural
all like
cowboy.
bleeding. He's like, the cows are afraid of bleeding.
Oh,
Like,
you hear him talking in Chinese, and these cows are just following him back to camp like nothing. He's walking along, just
You
talking
think
in
Chinese?
just singing in Chinese, and these cows are just
He's like-
following him along.
He's like, no worry, no worry. We eat cat. We eat cat. No cow. No cow.
Let's see. So, yeah, so Doc did pretty good at cowboy, and that's good. So, what do you got? Hell, half the day's gone, and Shelton's like, yeah, that's fine. We can wait here if you want to wait. And so it kind of puts another day into your travel hiccup or your travel whatever. And
If we go, after the day or whatever, and we find them again, I suppose we can always help them get it back up and running, or on on another wagon or something.
the major would have told you before you left that you don't need to be around when the rest of his unit shows up. Best
Seems
that
like
you
just
weren't
in
around.
case it does that again, because that's going to make a lot of hamburger.
Yeah, good point.
Yep, he just basically said you guys need to go. You need to go, and you need to give us a day.
So, with the cattle strewn around, did it look like a tornado came through here? Just picked up a whole bunch of cattle and just flung them around.
It just looks like with the lightning strikes and shit, they freaked out. It busted the herd up, and they kind of drifted off.
Okay,
It didn't sling them around and kill them. No, you're not smoking
Well,
more cattle or anything.
Well, the way you described it is they were flung all over
Busted
the
the
place.
herd
That's
up.
why I
Yeah,
asked.
yeah. They just kind of spooked off into little groups, and Doc goes back.
Scatter!
Yep, scattered them.
It was like, I figured out what all that flashing was last night. There's a storm coming. It came through here about an hour ago. Where you boys been?
Yes, nothing gets past you, Maritimans.
We were playing. We were playing with some Union soldiers,
Union
but we can't.
soldiers.
Yeah, we can't talk about it beyond that. It's classified.
It's
Right,
Union soldiers in
classified.
California.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Is that odd that the Union soldiers in California?
There's some.
We do
Uh,
have
They're
a.
heading to, oh, they're heading to perdition. Maybe we get to meet them there.
I think
No,
they were going the other direction.
I think they're waiting for a package to arrive before they disembark.
Tim looks around. The Pony Express don't come out here. What do you mean a package to arrive?
A special package. Trust me.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, it's a special delivery by
Why?
a new up and coming company called FedEx.
FedEx. Ain't no
Yeah,
fucking Fed. Fed
Where's
didn't
Doc
come
Van
around
bleeding?
1920.
it was a joke.
Wells Fargo, maybe.
Wells Fargo. Yep.
Western Union.
Pony
Wells
Express.
Fargo, 1883.
They're coming up. Another 4 years. We got Wells Fargo. Maybe we invented it.
It all makes
Timmons
sense now.
Fargo. Doc, why are you bleeding?
Oh, the thing that we can't tell you about was also shooting us.
Doc, I think you said too much there.
I didn't say anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm
Yeah,
not
we didn't
bleeding.
see anything there, Timmons. Nothing at all.
So I don't have to put nothing on
I
the
am not
docket.
bleeding.
Correct.
We ain't
Nothing
going to
on the
perdition.
I am healthy.
Do we need to?
dock.
Do we need to worry about the cattle? Can the cattle get shot too? From
Well, as
the
long
team
as we
that's waiting
stay,
on the package?
well, as long as we stay here for the day, they should get what they need and be on their way.
Be on their way to where?
Elsewhere, they didn't give
Well,
specifics on where they were going.
You need soldiers waiting on a package in the middle of nowhere with random bullets flying.
Yep, sounds
Hmm.
like a normal Tuesday evening, right?
Wait,
Nothing
Tuesday. Does that
sounds
mean there are
odd about
tacos?
that. Taco, it's not Tuesday.
Oh,
I said like it was a normal Tuesday.
Why? Why not tacos every day?
Tacos
Alonso,
was
you are quite
yesterday.
smart.
No one can handle me if I eat tacos every day because I put beans on, man.
Yes, but you already eat beans every day.
Right, so it really wouldn't be that much different.
Huh. Good point. Taco Wednesday.
All right, so
As
you
long as
guys,
we don't put them on a Brussels sprout diet.
you guys spend the day of the 23rd, just getting the cattle rounded back up, and you spend another night camped here. You figure in 2 days' time you're going to come to the railroad, and you know, Dwight
Figured 2
Shelton
days ago.
or David Shelton wants to know, what's the frequency of the trains and how hard is it going to be to get, a herd of 1,800 cattle across this track? Starts asking questions like that.
Well, we sent telegraph to Sheffin to make sure we had train cars waiting on us at the end of the run.
Let's see how you do, Doc. That's pretty good, buddy.
Ah, that's much, much better.
Jeb, I'll take shaking status off of you. Doc, you're feeling a lot better the next morning. And it is now the 24th. And David Shelton says we need to get this herd moving. You want might want to ride. Somebody ride out ahead, maybe see if there's still trouble up ahead.
I'll
So
ride with the forward
Yeah,
group.
those that are supposed to not be able to go. Timmons goes.
Lonzo, as you guys ride through that day, you get back to the spot, which is about right here. I'll move the cattle tracker on this map, the herd tracker. So this is where you guys had the storm came through, kind of busted them up. So you spend the next day riding to here, the 24th. This is where the deal happened the night before. And the herd's probably about an hour behind you, and you kind of ride up to the spot, and you can see these great big footprints where this thing has walked off. And you can still see the Mexican and Confederate soldiers' bodies here, but the Union bodies have been carted off.
Which direction did it go?
Looks like it was headed west. Kind of, well, that direction. West by northwest.
I have no idea what's in that direction.
No, you've
perhaps
not.
they are also going to the trains.
They head into Hellstrom.
All right. Well, it looks like it is cleared this area. I will continue riding northwest that direction.
Okay.
Headed the cattle. See if I can make the railhead before. You know.
Yeah. So eventually, with the cattle still moving about an hour behind you, you come to the railroad, and you can hear a train in the distance. Train goes by. You don't hear anything for a little while, but you know that it's getting too close to dark tonight to move the cattle any further. So you ride back, or about a half a day, by the way, the herd travels. It's a couple hours ranging that you've been doing. So you ride a couple hours back to the herd, and you're like, tomorrow we're going to be coming up on the railroad. So David Shelton's kind of interested in, how do you propose to get this herd across there? How busy is the tracks and all that? And he's asking you guys that are more familiar with the area because he knows none of it. And I imagine you offer him information, Timmons, and how often, because trains run through here all the freaking time.
Well, does anyone happen to know the train schedule?
Not for
I don't
tomorrow.
suppose you got a brochure of it. That would be useful.
Well,
I never studied it.
I can't imagine. I mean, Timmons might have seen one
I,
and
I,
as
I'm
being the
I'm
mayor,
I'm going to
but
set a bad example and say that among the loose paper that Alonzo has been using for his bush breaks, he has an old train schedule, and I want to spend a penny to see it.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you spend a penny, and you're like, "Hey, man, I've got this train schedule, for the Wasatch Railroad," and you pull it out and you start looking, and you're like, "Well, there's a train comes through here about once every hour to hour and a half tomorrow," and uh, Shelton's like, "Well, that should be plenty of time, but I think just to be safe, we'll split the herd in half. We'll wait for the first train to go by. We'll move half the herd. We'll wait for the second train to go by. Won't hold us up much. Couple hours, set us back. We'll just camp around the railroad there." And so the next day, you guys get up and you do just that. And anybody want to do any cowboying, helping drive this herd?
I will try again.
Yeehaw!
HG's busying himself around camp.
getting better.
Hell, every one of you. Okay. So, Alonzo, Doc, Timmons, yeah, okay. So you guys, over the course of a couple of 3 or 4 hours waiting on these trains to come through, you manage to get the herd across, and you camp here on the north side of the railroad tracks. What is this right here? Get rid of that. Yeah. There we go. So you're just on the north side of the tracks right there. And you're getting into some higher country up in here. You know that from here north, it gets pretty rugged in places. Some of you guys that's been in this area.
So we're gonna have to like narrow down the herd into like 4x4 columns.
You're gonna probably have to stretch them thinner, move them up through these valleys as the ground climbs in elevation a little bit. And we're gonna move things forward here. Here's the next day. Let me pull the calendar up so I can track this time. So the next day on the 25th, you guys end up here. And on the 26th, you guys end up here. Who's riding ahead of the party today?
think
I'll
Doc-
scout ahead.
Okay, Doc, as you're riding ahead of the herd, they're an hour behind you or so. I mean, you can see the dust kicking up off the ground from them behind you. You hear a gunshot, and then you hear another pow, like two shots. Then you hear a pow. It's kind of scattered and intermittent.
Oh no, more gunshots.
You sit here for about 10 minutes. It's real quiet. You don't hear anything. And then you hear pow, boom, boom, pow, and then nothing again for about another 5 minutes or so.
That's exceedingly unusual.
Exceedingly unusual.
Did they seem to be the same distance that I could tell each time? Or like were they getting louder or softer?
No, they seem to be. I mean, if you're stationary, they weren't neither receding nor coming closer.
Unusual. Maybe I better go warn everyone.
So you ride back to the herd. You come up
Yeah, or
on
the
some of
the
the other guys
friend-nosed
at the
cowboys.
yeah, which might be a couple of these guys. I don't know.
Did you all hear gunshots? There are gunshots up in the distance.
I don't know. Did we?
Gunshots? You didn't hear any from where you're at now. No.
You're
They
hearing
didn't
things
seem to be
again,
moving.
Doc.
No, it was a ways ahead of here. It was in the distance then, but it wasn't like before. Seemed more stationary, and also it didn't seem like there was a great battle. But something's going on with guns.
I think my
Should
siren
be
still
careful.
crashed.
If it's just one or two, it's probably just some hunters. I mean, I imagine there's probably deer and other, deer,
There were a
squirrel.
lot of shots, but there might be a lot of deer. That is true.
Let's hope that's the case.
Yes, I think we should keep an ear out just in case. Maybe an eye as well.
What did you hear? You heard gunshot? Which direction?
That way, up ahead a ways.
Way we going?
Exactly.
Well, let's ride up there.
All right, that would work also. I did not want to
Hey,
go by
Tommy.
myself in case it's important.
Tommy Shelton, hey, we're gonna ride up ahead for a couple hours. We'll be back in a minute. Keep moving them forward.
Yes, sir, Mr. Simmons, Mr. Timmons. Never do know that man's name. You ride off. And I think it's a good place for a
Mayor.
10-minute break. 10-minute break before we get into anything else.
As
Maybe.
we pick Jeb up off the ground from the horse throwing him.
Yes, that. Ow, my pride.
That's what I'm thinking. So I'll play some music and we'll stop the cow sounds for a moment. I know that disappoints Brad greatly, but we'll be right back in about 2 minutes.
Actually, my bad, because Sirenscape crashed at one point.
You can't even look me in the eyes when you say you'll make this right. I've heard all these words 1,000 times. You won't ever change your ways, doing what you like. Well, I'm no one's fool. You would wipe away my tears, so sincere. Turn gray skies to blue. You won't ever change your ways, doing what you do.
Head on the track. At the end of your record, you say all those things you couldn't before. So you heard a song, the end of your CD, and hope maybe the diehards or someone will notice the track 10 isn't 10 minutes long. You're just too damn afraid to say what you mean. Or are you too damn afraid to say what you feel?
That's a whiny ass song. Yeah, that's about all that shit I take. Oh, that's the same guy, Curious Quail. No, we're not gonna do that. See. Spooky. We're back. We're back, everybody.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw. So I can like get rid of that and get rid of all this window creep I got going on. Not just Fantasy Grounds window creep, but all kinds of window creep.
You have a bad habit of window creep, Marb.
Yep. Wonder what triggered that.
Hmm?
But it's appropriate. Something triggered the wind.
Window.
A window.
Oh yeah, but that's appropriate because so you guys ride and eventually you come to you can see that in the hills that you've been riding through that you're on the obvious path, and it's a path that's been used before. It's a road. It's not a very well used road, but somewhat used through the hills here. But then ahead of you, you can start seeing these like walls, these cliff walls, and you do in fact hear periodic spurts of gunfire coming from those in the direction of those cliffs, and the road seems to lead up to those cliffs. And it's kind of a long plain, like a big valley that you're in. But when you get up closer to the cliffs, you can see that the road kind of winds on a switchback trail up through these cliff faces in front of you. And the closer you get, you can tell that somewhere in that along that canyon road, switchback trails, is periodic spurts of gunfire.
This is the direction we're taking the herd.
Yeah, unless you wanted to backtrack a couple days and go east or west, this is about it.
So we should see what is making this gunfire.
Maybe it's a thing that I'm not supposed to see. So
Well, that could be.
can I go?
No, it sounds different.
Ah, that's true. Well, maybe we can have HG explode things and scare off the gunfire.
As sporadic as it is, I have a feeling that it's somebody just, having some target practice.
That could be. Well, let's keep our eyes open just in case.
You keep riding towards the road that goes up to the cliffs, the trail, basically. So you get to
Well, I don't think we're going to be taking the cows up the cliff.
well, you got to keep them on the road, but yeah, you get to the other end of the valley, and you can see some horses tied up in front of you, and there's 3 or 4 guys standing there. It looks like they're looking up in these cliffs, and they're all hiding behind rocks and shit, and they got rifles.
Well, should we be quiet or should we run over there loudly? What do you think, Timmons?
Timmons is getting off his horse. He said, "I ain't riding up there. There's somebody in them cliffs shooting down here. Look."
Hey, Timmons ain't as dumb as he acts or talks or
Appears.
appears. Yep.
I'm going to sneak up closer.
Yeah, I think Timmons wants to go with you.
All right.
Yeah,
So, do you
I'm
get
gonna-
off your horse, Jeb? Because your horse. No,
Yeah.
you obviously.
His horse
Your
is like-
horse
yeah,
decided
his
you were
horse is like,
getting off.
"Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee."
Yeah.
His horse is all stealthy.
No, his horse decided he was getting off a while back. So Jeb's like, well, hell, I guess I'll walk up there. So,
I'm gonna use. No, I don't want to waste a penny on that.
so
I'm gonna use a red chip.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, I love red chips. When players use them because they do that.
All right, so that's a 5.
All right. So you guys, it doesn't really take you much to stealth your way up there. Because every now and then you kind of see one of them look around like this, and then they keep looking up, and then every now and then they'll like this, you know. But every time one of them turns around, you guys just stop moving. Next thing you know, you're like 15 feet behind them, and you can hear him mumbling, "I don't know. I think he's moved over that direction." Now, uh, Jeb, give me a common knowledge roll, and it's only because of your point of origin. Timmons, you can too, because it's only two of you up there, right?
Doc followed.
Doc
Yeah.
follow.
I'm a little behind him.
Yeah, Doc could probably have a negative on this.
We both rolled a natural 1, but we got an 8 and a 9. We just lucky like that.
You see these three guys, and let's see here. Yeah, there's three of them, and they're all dressed kind of alike. Long gray dusters. Couple of them have shotguns kind of sticking up, off their back. They got rifles in their hands, and one of them's got his side of his coat pulled back, and you can see his sidearms. So they're probably all carrying sidearms. But they all have an almost uniform look about them, but not quite military. They still haven't
Pinkerton?
noticed you yet.
Possibly
Um,
ex-military.
who rolled the Timmons? Timmons, you're like, because you actually, Jeb got a raise too. Both of you guys did. Is an 8 a raise, or is a 9 a raise?
8.
8 is, okay.
Four above or twice the, or no, yeah, it's four above
It's
the
4 above, right?
TC.
Well, right,
Yeah,
4
four
above.
above the TC is a
So
raise.
you both stop at the same time. You're kind of looking at them, and you realize these are Texas Rangers.
Uh-oh. I have no idea what we should do.
Is it just me, or
Well,
did we go
could
too
ask
far
them
if
what
we
they're
were in
doing
Texas?
here.
What was
Do
that,
you need
Tim?
to ask them what they're doing here? You want me to go ask them what they're doing here?
You guys start whispering.
A little bit, like quiet.
Yes.
Well, you hear the wind is blowing a little bit.
More like, you know, Timmons is going to sneak up and tap the guy on the shoulder.
All right, so you do all this, and you start to sneak up there, and all of a sudden you see a couple of heads pop up out of the brush up in these cliffs. You hear pow pow, and then these guys are firing back. They all turn pow pow. They're all shooting back up there at the cliffs at them. So you got gunfire going on now. So you could walk right up on one of them if you wanted to.
So Timmons like moves right up to the one that looks kind of like he's in charge. I mean, we watched him for like 6 seconds or something, but if not, the one in the middle. And Timmons like moves right up next to him and says, "What you doing?"
Really? Well. Hmm.
He's kind of
Alonzo.
scrunched down, like they are behind the rocks. He runs up.
Alonso
What
didn't
you
go out
doing? Yeah.
with the horse.
No. Alonzo's probably about 100 feet back from where these guys are, and I'm about to share a map with you here. And I'm going to put a couple of you on there at first. All right. And let's see, are these guys? I don't. Yeah, there they
Doc
are.
Fong tried to hide behind some shrubbery.
Yeah, Jeb's going to remain hidden while Timmons goes up. Do you need a stealth roll from me?
Well, not you guys could, but not at this point. No, not really. So I'm gonna put Jeb here. Give me just a moment to kind of arrange this. I didn't give myself enough room when I made this map to do
I hate
this.
that.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't thinking ahead. I mean, it works, but
Yeah.
let's see.
Is
Where the
Timmons
hell's
on the
Timmons
combat?
at? Timmons ain't on the combat tracker. That's what's going on. All right,
He's
so
still under the wagon sleeping. Wake him up.
By the way, what are you eating, Drake?
Like right now?
Yeah.
Corn chip?
Oh, okay.
I still didn't
It
get
was. I was eating an apple earlier.
Timmons in there now. Yeah, Timmons is in there. Oh, he got a king too. But you know what? The tokens never go back in there, and that's a pain in the ass. That's really a pain in the ass. So I'd like to complain officially about that. It's like I removed. Why did the token go into the combat tracker?
Yeah, it should
Didn't you just
automatically.
drag
Yeah.
it from the character sheet to the combat tracker?
Timmons was actually on the combat tracker before,
Yeah, I took
but
him
for some
off.
reason he's still there. For
He
some
just
reason
got
there's a second Timmons listed under HG. Like I have a
what?
little arrow, like there's multiples, like a +1 thing.
I don't see
I only
You get a
see
Timmons
one.
under a king, and
Oh
then a
yeah,
Timmons
I
under
see
an
that if
Ah.
you expand, there's another Timmons.
Wow. There was another
My little
Timmons.
pet
He was
Timmons.
hiding under HG.
Giving
His
away
little.
to my twin brother.
Are you the little pet Timmons? Don't take that off of him. I hope that baby smacks you, Wicked. Calling him your little pet Timmons. Okay, so let's see.
Hair looks similar.
It's easy to put the token back over there. I just can't get sidetracked. All right,
He's
so
probably got about as many teeth.
all right, Alonzo Timmons is sneaking right up behind this Texas Ranger. But you're up first.
See him doing this.
And they're looking up this way?
There's he visible now. No, they're looking up. Hang on a second. Round one. Yeah, they're looking back like up in here, and this guy's kind of looking back up like on this cliff, top of this cliff, this way, kind of all out in this area. So I'll put you like back here, and Jeb is actually off the map someplace, 20 feet behind.
Yeah, I'm hiding over here in the bushes somewhere. Maybe on the other side where there's actually bushes.
Um, I'll go ahead and move in. I'll run.
All
We're going to
right.
cover some ground.
Aren't you technically on a horse, 100 feet back or so?
I don't want to bring the horse up here.
Oh,
All
fair
right.
enough.
So you catch up to Jeb. You're now. Let's see. Where did you use? Holy shit! Yeah, you closed the distance pretty quick. Yeah, you caught up with.
Alonzo is fast.
You caught up with Jeb, so you guys are actually like 20 or 30 feet behind Timmons here, off in that direction. But I've just got you on the. Actually, I could do this.
Well, you can put them on there. It's Unity.
No shit.
You get forever now.
There we go. Well, who else do we have then? Jeb, there's HG. I could put HG out there.
I'd be over. Doc Fong would be kind of close to Jeb. Except when he saw the Rangers, he dove into some bushes.
Missing anybody? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. There you go. Everybody's on there. Yeah, it's Unity. Yay!
Yay!
All right, so now that you kind of see what's going on, but there is some brush and shit around here, so Alonzo and Jeb, you can now see these three Rangers in front of Timmons. Doc, you're kind of wandering through some shrub brush right there, and you can see Jeb and Alonzo standing in a small clearing right in front of you. And HG, you see Doc disappear into some shrub brush up in front of you.
I would say Timmons kind of came around this way, like from that shrub, not up the middle of the path.
Right. Okay.
Like at the edge of the shrub, he like crouched down.
All right, Alonzo, anything else? You ran. You used your action
No,
to
that's pretty
run.
much.
Okay. So, Timmons, from here, what are you going to do?
Well, Timmons is going to, when they're taking their shots and stuff, Timmons is going to move up to this Texas Ranger right here. Can I get right there?
Yeah, that's kind of some loose rock
Oh,
you're
wait.
walking up into.
Is this a rock right here?
Yeah, looks like a pretty good sized rock, probably about 2 feet high.
And there's another one like right here. Yeah, that's a good spot. I think Timmons is going to move, kind of crouch in that spot right next to the guy. There's a rock between us. And he pokes his head up. He said, "What you looking for?" Just right in his face. He doesn't have any guns out either. He's kind of got his hands up. He's like, what you looking for up here?
Anything
Ducking
else?
down. No, I guess I'll go on hold. Makes sense, right?
Okay, makes sense. Yep, going on hold. All right, so the guy standing to your right, let's see. You didn't surprise him coming up, and he said, "Get your head down, you dumbass!" As you come up here beside this other one, and this Ranger McCrae guy on your left, he kind of spins around and looks at you. "Who the fuck are you? Get your head down, dumbass!"
Man, Timmons. And then I show him my little pocket watch too. And detective agency. Don't shoot. We're here to help.
But with that notice roll, I'm gonna say he notices you guys over here, and he freaks out and he starts backing up this way, and he
Well,
spins his rifle around.
in all fairness, I would have been hidden or attempted to hide.
You did roll a stealth roll, didn't you?
Yes. Coming up
Alonzo
here.
came charging up. Alonzo, give me a stealth roll. All you gotta do is beat his 5 notice. Wah, wah, wah. Untrained.
You should have stealth, shouldn't you? I thought that was
Yes.
space trait.
Is it?
Yeah,
I do not have.
I thought everybody
I
had.
could be wrong.
I don't know.
I was
Somebody
thinking
Google
it
it.
was space.
I did too. I thought it was like notice and. Yep.
Athletics, stealth, notice, persuasion.
Know how I don't have stealth, but I don't have stealth. So
That's
it would
weird.
be D4 because I had added nothing to it.
Yeah, so it would have been. That
Yeah, it
would
would
have
have
been
been
a
a 5.
success. Yeah, it would have been 5. So it ties his. I'm gonna say he hears a noise your direction. He's not sure what's going on, but it's enough to freak him out. He spins his gun around and he says, "Put your hands up." Now their horses are like tied up here, hidden behind that cliff face right there, kind of off in this direction. And he's gonna go on hold. And you guys here. Damn it.
Damn it, Bobby.
No, nothing from him. Jeb Hexman.
I wish to sneak over this way.
Stand behind this brush that's out there.
Yeah.
Give me a stealth roll. Uh-oh.
I'm gonna re-roll that. That's better. Not great, but better.
Okay. I'd say
And
you got about 3/4 cover right now.
well, I was going to, if it's in some sort of bush or something that I could lay down in front of, I was going to pull out my Winchester and just kind of wait. So I was going to go prone. Where's that button?
What is that?
I was gonna draw a tree, and then I screwed up, and then it turned.
It
into
looks like a man.
Charlie Brown ghost. All right, you're going prone. You drop prone on yourself.
I'm looking for it.
It's in there. It's in there, so I'll let you do that. HG, how stealthy are you?
Oh, he wouldn't be trying at all. He's just kind of plodding straight forward on his horse. I'm not sure what the pace is. I wouldn't be picking it up, but
Horse's walk pace is 8. Gallop pace is 12, I think, something like that. I don't know. I've seen different rules on horses. So you just ride right up through that brush, huh? On your horse.
we're into the brush. Yeah, try to stay as close to one of the walls as I can, unless that's massively inconvenient to get
All right.
through.
You hear it's an
And I will
ambush,
use
boys.
quickness on myself. I'll leave it.
It ain't an ambush. We here to help.
What do you mean you're here to help?
We look at well, we here to help you Texas Rangers, right? We friends with Ranger
Bab,
Norris, you know him.
Bab, did you play the damn cavalry card again? Who the fuck said we needed your help? You need to get
Ranger
out of here
Norris
before you
sent
get
us.
shot.
Ranger Norris sent us.
He's an
Who?
old man trying to get to the railroad.
Ranger Norris, you Texas Rangers, right? He sent us to help you.
Ranger
I
Norris.
think you mean Walker.
Chuck Norris.
I believe you mean Walker. Cordell Walker.
Doesn't sound as good as Ranger Norris.
Tell Murder Hobo Show says, you know where you don't have token problems? Tabletop Simulator.
Bing.
I've watched some of his videos, man. I've watched a lot of his videos and setting him up some of the stuff he's doing live. And I'm like, man, I thought Fantasy Grounds was a lot to keep your mind around, but there's a lot of shit to keep your mind around on Tabletop Simulator. Anyway, okay. So that's what's going on. That guy does nothing. Doc Fong.
All right. Well, I think I was actually prone from before, but I'll say that I leapt into the bushes then.
Oh, you did say you
Okay.
dove into the bush.
You dove right in the bush.
So I'm gonna crawl in through the bushes over here next to Jeb.
Okay, you crawl over there next to Jeff.
Yup, yup, yup.
You peeking out underneath the trunks, the stalks of these scrub brush, little oak trees, scrubby oak trees, and you can see Timmons up here, and you can see a couple of rangers. I mean, these guys in long gray coats, you're not quite sure what they are or who they are.
Well, they seem like they're professionals, and they seem to be yelling at everyone. So I'm gonna keep a little cover, and I'm gonna reach over with a little vial of something and try to pour it onto Jeb's Winchester.
I'll allow it.
Some special oil.
Yes, I mixed it together with plants myself,
Oh.
and I'm gonna use smite upon it.
Yay, smite. And it's with a ray, so it does something extra, doesn't it?
It does more, yeah. I just need to find an effect.
So you're still prone, though.
Yeah.
All right. All
He
right,
probably
so
says, "See your gun."
I'll let you find that effect, and I'm going to pass your turn. And that guy who is there will do nothing.
There we go.
But that guy, man, I'll just have to do it this way. Fuck. That taken to, yep, medium range. It sure did. Bam, you see this guy, blood flies out the back of his gray jacket. Alonzo, you can see it. Doc and Jeb, you can see it. Timmons, you're talking to Ranger McCrae next to you here, who's cussing at you. What the fuck are you doing about that time you hear pow echo off the canyon walls, and this ranger who's jumped up and taken a step backwards, lost his cover, just took a hell of a shot through the shoulder.
From where?
Can we tell approximately which direction it came from?
Yeah, you guys can give me
Did
notice
the kid go
rolls.
back and up?
Notice rolls based on hearing, and you're going to do them at -2 because of the canyon wall.
Oh shit! Holy shit! It's over there.
Jeb, you rolled so well. I'm going to say that you caught a glimpse of this person way the fuck up here.
Where the arrow is.
Did I do
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Line of sight's on now.
Line of sight is on now. That would have helped me earlier trying to determine whether or not those outlaws could see these rangers down here or not. Yeah, so you might need to move around a little bit, but can you see this person way up here at the top in the northwest corner of the map?
No, I don't think
Probably
so.
not.
No,
Yeah, so I'll have to turn line of sight off. Now can you see him?
no.
Yes.
Oh, way
Oh.
up there.
Yeah, that's why when he made that shot I went, holy shit.
Wow.
That was medium range?
Yep, 48. Oh, 48 for me.
Those Winchesters do have really long range, don't they?
Yeah, so you caught a glimpse of him for just a second. I'm going to turn this back on just to see what you guys can see.
Huh. It removed my targeting on him.
Yeah, probably.
Make a sense.
Actually, Jeb, you wouldn't have seen him from back there anyway. I don't care how good a roll it
Oregon,
was.
you said it was by sound.
Yeah, it was by
Yeah,
sound.
yeah,
so
by
I-
sound. You're right. You're like, there's
So
somebody. Yeah, but you wouldn't have seen him. But there's somebody way
Right.
back up there.
in the northwest, probably up in elevation.
He heard him
But
go.
there are cliffs
"Gee,
there.
gee." He knows exactly where he's at because he went gee gee after he shot.
All right. And this guy finds you to be a threat, Timmons.
Timmons wants to use a card.
What's the card say? At any time? Or do you have to beat me on a...
It says play in a combat situation.
All right, so give me an agility roll.
Agility.
Yeah, you're probably going to beat that pretty easy. Yeah, so go ahead and play it.
So I'm gonna play. So Timmons kind of turns, and you said this rock's about 2 feet tall, right?
Yep.
That's between me and the guy that looks
Yep.
like he's about to.
Yeah, it's about a 2
do
foot by 2
something. I
foot.
see the look in his. Timmons sees the look in his eye.
Yeah.
And he turns around and he sticks his butt onto the rock, and he lets out a big ass 30-second fart. And when this guy's wait, is this
What's
the
the card are you
Yeah.
playing?
So I just double click it, right?
You can just drag it to the chat.
Yeah.
Double click should make it
Oh, there
bigger.
it is.
All right, so shaking in their boot.
Oh, jeez.
All right,
Yeah, it's not here, Brad.
so
That all the way down the hill.
all right, so
Everybody's shaking.
And then he's gonna come off a hold when he can.
Using my knowledge of medicine, I'm gonna think that's not healthy. That's not healthy at all.
You boys got special powers, so does Timmons.
I think you may need to see a physician about that, Timmons.
I've been saving it up. We've been sneaking this whole time.
what did that say as far as range? All other characters
Your
friend or
character
foe.
does says something so shocking that it brings the area to a standstill. All other characters, friend or foe, are shaken.
Well, I can't see
I
it
can just
affecting the characters that are so.
This
I'll-
echo fart through the
Fix it
canyon.
here.
It's a Blazing Saddles fart, man. Rips up through this canyon. And you guys know that Timmons just shit himself. There's no fucking doubt about it. I mean, it's echoing up, and the wind stops, and not a bird makes a tweet. And you just hear all up through the canyon. And so
Birds might fall down from that.
everybody is shaking. Everybody
Good
is.
job.
Yeah. Timmons, every one of these motherfuckers is shaking. Good job. I have to. Except.
Hey, Barb, by the way, you might want to unshake Ranger Gorman and then apply the damage because he would have already been shaken.
Yeah, let's see. Gorman. Where the hell's Gorman at? There he is. Yeah.
He's above me.
Yep. Now he's shaking and he's got 2 damage. Okay. Thanks.
And
Good
then
catch
Timmons
on that.
requests an interrupt. But it's Ranger Gorman's turn. So I don't know how that works. Or Ray's turn.
Well, he's shaking, and now you have to. Well, you already beat me on a. Well, beat me on another agility roll. Yeah. Okay. So you interrupt.
So I'm gonna reach over and snatch his rifle out of his hand real quick, and flip it around and point it at him. I said we here to help.
You easily snatch his rifle out of his hand, but in his left hand is a big Bowie knife that you don't see until you rip the rifle away, and you see him coming around with this Bowie knife in his left hand that from underneath his coat.
I can't do anything else, right?
No, you can't do anything else, but let's see, it is going to be to lose his rifle, actually take his rifle would be contested strength roll or athletics.
Athletics, I believe it is.
It's also shaken. That should give some kind of penalty, I think.
Yeah, but the problem is these NPCs, none of them have athletics, and I'm not going to go dragging on them, so I'm going to give them just a strength roll. Or no, athletics is agility, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, can I roll agility instead since it's higher?
Yeah. Well, it's a tie, so he keeps his gun in his hand, but you pull him.
No,
You
I
pull
want to
the.
re-roll it.
Okay.
Damn it. Go ahead.
So you don't pull his gun that far away from him. He yanks it back like this, and at the same time he's twisting his body around. His left arm comes forward with a great big old fucking knife with a foot long handle right towards your gut. Oh. Oh. Would you like to try to soak that wound, Timon?
I would.
And you do.
No harm, no foul.
No harm, no foul. So as he jerks his rifle back, at the last minute you see this knife coming forward, and you kind of do one of these fold over in half kind of oof things to get back out of the way.
And Timon says, "You better stop now. You're gonna die from us. We here to help you."
He hears you say this. Does he hear you say this or not? With all the shit that's going on. Yeah, with that I'll definitely. He hears you stop. He goes, "Who the fuck are you? You're gonna get us all killed."
Take cover. We here to
Gorman!
help. What's going
Gorman!
on?
You alright? Gorman goes, "Fuck no, I ain't alright. I'm fucking shot." And see, Bab is going to use his action, run over here and grab Gorman, and start to run away. And he's going to get to about right there. And that takes us to the top of round 2. Ranger Gorman, who is on hold.
Nice job, Timmons.
He remains shaken, though. So he's just kind of being drug along at the moment. I'm going to take him off a hold because I don't think you can be on hold if you're shaken. Timmons, you got a
I'm
joker.
not sure about that. We'll go with it.
We'll go with it. Well, Timmons isn't gonna stand here unarmed, so he's gonna pull out his knife. He's like, "I got a knife too. You better put your shit down, or you're going to get knocked in the head." Does he say anything?
I think that deserves a persuasion or intimidation.
Yeah, you're gonna have to try to calm this guy down. I mean, you snuck up on him in the middle of a fucking gunfight, and he didn't. He's thinking worst case scenario here.
I fixed the shotgun a little bit. Yeah. So Timmons is gonna try to I guess persuade him. It's the best he's got.
So what's he say? Look, man, we're just trying to help. Tell me
No,
what
he says
tell me what
something
you say to
good.
this guy.
Timmons says, this is the Devil's Posse Detective Agency, and we're on a case, and it brought us this way. We're here to help now. We know you're Texas Rangers. Now put your weapons down and tell us how we can help you. Or we're going to help us too. And he pulls out his knife. What is it?
All right, so the guy calms down a little bit, and he looks at you, and he looks at his buddy trying to get him away, and he nods his head at you, which is all he can do, and because it's not his turn right now.
Well,
It's enough that you kind of picked up on. He recognizes what you said. You know, and you see him slipping his Bowie knife back into his sheath on his side and grabbing up his rifle.
all right, so Timmons is going to finish his turn by putting his blade away and pulling out his pistol, and then he's going to start looking in the direction he thinks the shot came from. And since I think I rolled a 3 for perception, he's looking up here. He's like, now where's he at?
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, now where's he at? Where's he shooting from? That's what he's going to do.
All right.
That fart must be making its way up the cavern, that smell.
Wait a minute.
Because he's still shaking.
So you have
FK's
no oxygen left.
No, he's going to stay shaken. I forgot to do something here. Because these guys were. All right. Let me see.
Oops.
I'm going to say no, that can't happen. From there. Doc Fong. Shaken status is removed, but the smell lingers.
I do not know how to properly describe that smell.
It's worse than me.
It makes Jeb smell like a lavender flower. That's for sure. All right, well, I'm going to stand
I
up.
think Timmons said, you got to use your occult to know what that spot feels like. It's an occult roll.
It does appear to be non-human.
You're still prone,
I
Doc.
learned that.
Yeah,
I learned
I'm
that
going
when
to
I
use
was
my first 2
dead.
to stand up.
Okay. First 2 to stand up. What's your total speed, your pace?
I did a run, so it's 6.
Okay.
So I'm going to come up here and say, don't worry, Rangers, I'll help with that gunshot. Just please stop trying to stab my friend.
Bunch of fucking weirdos. God damn, that hurts.
That's
Fuck.
not inaccurate. That actually is rather accurate to describe us.
They haven't. Well, never mind. We'll keep. They haven't noticed.
Yeah, they
something
haven't seen me yet.
I'm going to say, HG, snap out of it. You smelled worse. Apparently that's going to work.
Yeah. HG, you come out of it. You come riding out of the bushes on your horses, and you see a guy with the. You see 3 guys with long gray dusters on, and Timmons sitting on a rock here in front of him. And one of these guys, the long gray duster, he's got blood, like a bloody hole right here, and as he falls forward, you can see a big patch of blood coming out of the back of him.
Okay. I'm going to start up my little robot here and use summon ally for my first action.
Did you
I'm
cast
going
Quicken
to-
last round?
I did.
Okay.
I did not get
You didn't get a raise.
the-
Okay.
yeah.
Alright.
I'm going to go for a Sentinel, and I'm going to give him Flight.
So you whip this little freaking wind-up bird out of your pocket that you've been tinkering with lately. Is that
Maybe
how
it's
this looks?
methane powered?
It's got to be
I'd say he had the
semi-believable.
So he had the mobile bar thing that was chasing around on wheels. I was trying because it's going to turn into an 8-foot tall robot.
This thing is?
Yeah, I can summon up to. Yeah, that's why I was picturing more like I don't know if you ever played some video game there. It's got the little robot guy on one wheel.
Power Rangers?
Claptrap.
Yeah, like I was thinking something like Claptrap that didn't really talk.
Okay.
It's about the only way I can explain it. The trappings get really hard with some of these. Like half of my powers I don't even use at the ability I can because it makes no sense out of the trappings I can't figure out. Like Burrow, I could technically have saved everybody in that robot thing. I could have just cast it and let everybody sink into the ground.
Well, I actually had a way out of
But it
that
makes
too.
no. But yeah. All right, so I'm gonna summon my giant robot, and then for my second action, because he's gonna go on my turn here, I'm going to pull off my jacket down to the sleeves, throw it over his neck, and suction my boots to the back of him.
You're going to do what now?
You let me buy those suction boots?
Yeah, I know you get the suction boots, but you're going to repeat this. I didn't
I'm gonna
catch
pull off my coat, so I'm holding on to one hand with each one of the sleeves, and then throw the main part of the coat over its neck, and then
Yeah.
suction the boots to the back of it.
And ski this motherfucker up the side of this mountain. Is that what you're going to do?
And then it's going to take off flying with its rocket boots, all Iron Man style, at a pace of 12 plus run.
It's a fucking witch! You hear the Rangers freaking
The
out.
robot just rockets over these guys and me hanging to the back of it.
You
All
think
right.
it's bad for the Rangers? He was riding a horse when he did this.
All right, set your pace. Tell me how high off the ground you
I'm
are.
sure I can move. Let's see. I need
A pace of 12, but don't forget you got vertical height too.
Yeah, it says I can gain height at half of that with the fly power. So I'm assuming the robot works the same.
Yeah, so you could move basically a pace of 6 is 6 feet per pace. That's 36 feet. So you said, what's the robot's pace?
12. It gets a flight pace of 12.
So he could get
By adding the 2
36,
points.
35 feet up in the air right now, or a pace of 12. Yeah, forward.
I'm assuming I had to go forward. So it's got the pace of 12. So I'd move 9 forward and 6 up, kind of thing.
9 forward and.
It's using its action as a run. I'm assuming it can still do that
Okay.
with flying. I'm not positive.
Okay,
this
so
thing
just.
comes buzzing right over our heads, like.
Oh, it's like he just kind of stands up on his horse's saddle for a second, and you see him flip this shit out, and you hear this, and this thing starts flying up in the air, and HG throws a coat over it, grabs both sides, and starts skiing this fucker up the side of the up this canyon pass, the switchback pass here. And so, give me your movement. Technically,
So I get 9
you're in
now,
a
and then
vehicle.
yeah, 6 up.
And you're 6 up, so you're 6 feet off the ground right there.
Well, it would be 6 paces. So you get 12 plus the run, so it'd be 15.
Oh, okay, you had
Then
15
9
total.
forward, so yeah, he'd be
And then
6
have to
yards.
speed up.
So he'd be 18. Yeah, he'd be 18 feet up off the ground.
Yep. Yep, there you go. 18 feet up off the ground. So write that next to your name. So I know how much damage to give you.
Probably fair.
All right. Anything else, HG?
Nope, that should be it.
Okay, Jeb Hexman remains shaken. You want to use a Benny? Remove that?
Yes, please.
Yes, please. He says, yes, please.
But I'm hoping to keep ducked behind it like it's a shield.
All right, you said standing up is 2 of the pace, I believe.
Yep, standing up takes 2 of your pace.
All right, and then I'm probably going to regret this, but I'm going to run. Oh shit!
All right, so it's a total of 12, so you can move 10 from your point of origin. Okay.
Be better than the one I always roll.
You run past
And
him?
yes, I run past them, and then I drop to the ground again, so I'm leaving prone on me. And I'm basically looking, listening for the guy that shot us before, or shot the last time, I should say.
Right. I should have dealt. Hang on a second. I got to deal this guy a card. He should have had a card dealt to him when he came off a hold. Okay. All right. So you are going to move. I moved you forward already. Anything else, Jeb?
Just trying to perceive for lack of a better term, the outlaw.
Yeah, you don't see anything yet.
All right, and then that's it.
All right, I'm going to run. Damn.
Shit, that's twice now.
You guys are drinking a lot of coffee in the morning, aren't you?
Oh shit.
Cerveza.
Hunter, are you chewing those strange leaves I found again?
Hey, stay out of my leaves.
All
Run
right.
up there. Duck down behind some rocks. Now, are there only the 3 rangers, or are there other dead rangers here?
Nope, just 3 rangers.
All right, I'm
They
going to
got
play.
like you see a saddlebag laying here and some other stuff that they just kind of abandoned for the moment, and they're trying to get this injured guy away from here.
I'm going to play this. Come on, Rangers, you let me down. And I'll duck,
Hopefully,
duck for cover in those rocks.
hopefully it's an extra.
Play to cause all allied extras. And
Not extras.
unfortunately, no. These are named Texas Rangers. These are wild cards.
Oh well.
Well, you know,
tried.
he wouldn't be alive with 2 wounds.
Right.
So you know what? I'm gonna let you keep that card because you just didn't catch that, Jingo. So let me
Yeah,
open up.
You can just grab the Alonzo. You can just grab the little bullet point next to the card on the chat window and drag it back to you.
I got it.
There we go. Cool. All right. Well, then, in that case, I'm just going to move up and take cover.
All right. Run up here and you squat down. Remain shaken, Gorman. He says, "You smell that? I smell that dinner blowing down through here now, son of a bitch." He says this, Tim, as you notice that as Jeb goes running by, you kind of get that faint whiff that's been coming off of him recently. And just about that time, this ranger says this. He goes, "I'm going to kill you, you deader son of a bitch," as he's bleeding and his buddy's dragging him away.
What did he say?
I'm gonna kill you, you deader son of a bitch.
You deader?
Yep, that's what he said.
You go deader, deadest, and Jeb's halfway.
All right,
I
so
think deader is in the noun.
Bab is going to help this guy. He's going to drag him this direction, kind of get him over here by the horses and the rocks, kind of start dragging him that way. McRae said, "I smell it. I smell him, Gorman. And he says, you better not double cross me, you son of a bitch. He looks at you, Timmons, and then he starts backing up this direction, trying to go help his buddy. And he moves to here. So if you don't attack him, but you would have an opportunity attack if you wanted to take it.
No, Timmons is not even watching. He's looking up this way.
Alright.
He's like, "Where's he at? Who we shooting at? Tell us who we against. Hello, where you going? Why you leaving? Jeb, you should have stayed hidden. Damn it! Now you scared them off."
I think they were already leaving Timmons.
Well, maybe because I farted.
Okay, let's see. Where are we at? Is that the end of the round? No way.
Timmons got an ace.
Appeared
Nice.
to be.
Sure enough. Timmons with the ace. The ace of spades.
So we haven't heard anything in a little bit, right?
No, not
No
since
more shots or
not since
nothing,
that one shot fucking knocked this guy around in a circle and blew blood all over the
right?
cliff face.
So Timmons wants to ready or go on
Go
hold,
on
I
hold.
guess. Right? Yeah. Wait for a target.
Alright, actually I wanted to look at something here first. Where you at, Timmons? You're right there? Okay. Yeah, you're
He's
fine.
kind of gotten down though, like squatting down, trying to get some cover.
No, don't squat. The last time you did that, it was terrible.
I think I'm gonna have to wipe myself here in a minute.
I think you may be tripping on the ground. Does
Timmons
not look
shakes his
healthy.
pants leg.
I think you may have an
Yeah,
unsolved
it
crime.
wasn't solid. Shakes his pant leg and says, "Yeah, that wasn't solid. It was a little wet. It ain't rolling out."
TMI, Timmons.
Ha!
Everybody wonders why I like to wear leathers. Now you know.
And brown pants.
They weren't
What?
brown when he bought.
No,
Cal the
they were
Brown.
brown.
White suit, and that's how it is now.
Tim has never owned anything white in his life.
Well, at least not for very long.
Total movement 1. Total movement 1. That's a nasty fart.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's still echoing through the canyon.
No, the smell's just now getting up there.
They should heard it back in Perdition. They're like, "Oh no, the Great Quake is returning."
Does anybody smell baked beans?
It rolls up the valley, the leaves curl up around and fall off all the plants.
Timmons changed the season. It was
All right,
summertime.
Doc Fong.
Brown season's brown. And this
Come over here. Say, hold still, Ranger. Let me put a poultice on that. This will only burn for a minute, probably. Hopefully. Oh, and he's gonna do healing, and it's gonna be very effective. It looks like.
Oh shit. For Ranger Gorman 9, that's a raise. That removes 2 wounds, doesn't it?
Yes. There you go.
That would take his shaken status off too. Holy shit! That stuff burns like fucking whiskey.
Yes, but you get much less drunk, usually.
That's how you know it works.
Yes.
One of the other rangers goes, ha 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 ha, Chinaman lit your ass on fire. All right. What the hell? All these errors. I hate that console open right on top of my fantasy
Yeah.
grounds.
And that comes up.
It's a pain in the ass. I wish there was a way you could turn it off. I don't care about that. Let's see. What was I going to roll? That.
Oh. Also, Ranger, try not to eat any of those leaves.
Holy shit! These fuckers. All right. Jeb. Jebulous.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to unmute. I'm assuming I can't see any change.
I can't
Up
see. I
ahead.
can't see. I can't see. I got my eyes closed.
Well, I am looking.
Well, with Jeb, my eyes fell out. I need to pick them up.
I think there is a hard edge that allows me to remove a body part and it acts independently of my body.
Like
Just
Dead
to roll
Man's
your
Hand or
eyeball in it.
something.
You
Something
put it
like
on the end of an arrow, like stick your eyeball in the end of an arrow.
I think there's also one where you can remove a tooth and use it as like a tracking device.
something like that. Anyway, gonna stand up again and run. So total of 9. Let's go there and I'm gonna dive. Or not dive, but go prone.
Okay. You run there and you drop prone. Give me a notice roll. Okay, very nice. Even with the -2 I gave you because of your movement. You catch a movement out of the corner of your eye. And let's see, he is that guy, which will be.
That guy.
You see this guy kind of crawling across the ground over here.
Over. Oh,
South,
over
west of me.
Yep. So
there. I'm assuming he doesn't look like a
prone.
ranger.
He doesn't look like a ranger, no. He doesn't look like any of them 3 guys back there that were all dressed like they, uniform type thing. Anything else, Jeb?
Can I shoot him?
Uh,
I didn't know.
yeah, you
Don't
can.
know if you.
You can try. Did you use your action to run up through there?
Yes, I did. So it'll be at a -2.
-2, but you're at yeah -2.
Where is it? There it is. And pow.
He
Well,
flops down on his belly. Pating!
Watch out for that big rock right in front of you, Jeff.
He's all healed up. Get back in the fight.
There we go. Didn't have the right to. East Canyon wind. Plus the gunfire going off. Now you guys are hearing gunfire going off up there. All right, Ranger Gorman goes, shit! And he looks down at himself, looks at the hole. He's like, did you just use magic on me?
What? Oh no, it was just a simple poultice of various herbs.
The poultice of various herbs work like that. Grandma Hattie's poultices don't work like that.
Well, maybe your grandmother didn't live in California and thus didn't have access to the proper herbage.
I got my eye on you, Chinaman.
All right, well, don't look at me so much that you get shot in the chest again.
He says those guys are crazy. They're going to go up here and get killed. There's a deader up there.
Yeah, that crazy and dead does describe them actually quite well.
He passes it and he goes, what are we going to do? Next one goes, what are we going to do, Gorman? He goes, fuck, I don't know, McCrae. He says, let me think about it for a minute. Lonzo.
I'll turn to the one of them and say, Excuse me, you said there's a deader up there. What is a deader?"
He looks at you, kind of cocks his eyebrows. He goes, nothing. Ain't nothing, but it ain't nothing. Just forget what I said. He keeps looking at this Chinaman, though, wondering if he cast some spell on him.
I will say, "Rangers, I am not impressed," and I will turn and make my way up the canyon.
As you get up there, even with Jeb, give me a notice roll before you use up the rest of your movement. Let's see if you can see this guy beside you here. You see Jeb aiming over in that direction anyway. And yeah, not a problem. You see this guy, he's laying over here on his belly. You finish out your movement right there.
Yep, ducking down behind the rock, protecting myself from the north. But he's laying on his belly. Is he trying to move? Is he laying still?
No, he looks like he's kind of crawling along. He looks a little shook up, like a little crazy acting. He's like he doesn't know which direction he's crawling.
I will keep an
He
eye.
might
on
be
him.
wounded. You can't tell. He's acting all weird, like he's. HG, what are you doing? 6 feet off the ground, or 18 feet off the ground. What's 2? What are you trying to roll, HG?
My robot goes on the same turn I do. He moves. So he moves 7 up for his run. He's not doing any action.
Okay.
Also, I'm imagining all the clumping sounds is actually your robot.
That's what it sounds like. It's trying to fly. All right, give me a
That
notice.
puts me 39 feet off the ground.
39 feet off the ground now.
I don't know how high these cliffs are next to me. I can't remember.
I'm not sure how to turn. Well, look at the little squares. So each one is what, 2 yards, right? Each square is a pace.
Oh, so I'm like way above them.
Well, I don't know. Are you? Because the ground's kind of going up, but right here it's, the cliff is 4 times 6, 24 feet. Up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 30 feet tall.
So 39, I actually could knock it at like 30 then too, which will let me move here.
Okay, and then how high off the ground are you? Are you like even with this?
Yeah, it should be 30 feet. So I mean, even with the one up above us, I should be a little bit above that one, like 10 feet off above that.
Okay, 10 feet above that. Okay, so give me a notice roll.
I did. I got a 3.
You got 3. Okay, never mind.
It's pretty windy up here. It's like,
Yep. Yeah, you're kind of looking. You're looking down on Jeb and Alonzo. They're crawling around the dirt down there as you're kind of surfing over. There's your wind surfing over the top of them on your little jet guy. Anything else, HG?
ding dang.
Yeah, I don't know that I have a better way to find them myself. So HGL just spent his actions looking for the enemy, hiding his guns, bombs.
So you're going to spend your action looking for the enemy?
I don't have anything else to do. Like the robot handled the riding on his
Yeah,
action.
he handled the movement on his. So you can spend your action looking around, and I'll give you to do that, say a +4 to your notice to another notice roll. So hopefully you can.
8.
Okay.
That'd be good enough.
Yeah, good enough. Let's see.
So he pulls down the goggles that he's got on top of his head. Oh, look. And now he can see.
I have the robot level off. Kind of, so it's like a big platform so you can stand up.
Are you standing on the back of it?
Are you beating that robot to death, or what's the deal?
Oh, that's the engine.
What it is, it's just windy. Since he's this little old man, he just keeps getting blown back, hitting into it. Thump, 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 thump.
Okay, so because of where you're at, HG, I'm gonna do this real quick. Let's see. How do you turn off a terrain level? Terrain deal.
Delete
I
the
think-
square by
No, you don't have.
selecting the arrow button.
Huh?
Or just turn off line of sight altogether.
No.
You're going to reveal everybody anyways.
Well, it's kind of like opening a door, Marv.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle of the train, there
didn't-
should be.
I don't
thing
think
you
he had it drawn as terrain, though. I think he just had it drawn as a wall.
No, it's terrain. So I could actually turn that back on, and somewhere in the middle is that. So now can you see beyond that?
Yeah, we can see the top of the cliff and everything.
Yep.
Can't see
And
beyond the trees.
72, let's see, 72, yep. So I'm going to move this guy a little bit because you guys would be able to see him. He snuck up there to the edge of the cliff, was standing on the edge of the cliff, kind of hiding in the shadows. Okay, so yeah, so if you click on HG's token, he can see quite a bit. Well, you guys all can now that I turned that off. All right.
And he is 23 away. Would I have used both my actions since I had quickness on me still? Or do I still have one?
No, you used one action to scope the area out real quick. You've got quickness for another round or two, don't you?
Yeah.
The end of this round?
1, 2 movement. 2 more after this. It lasts for 5. I cast that, then I cast the robot, and then
Gotcha.
the robots
Right.
move that. I'm going to drop a blast on him then.
Boom.
I'm at a point. My range is double my smarts, which gives me 16, and I can double that for an extra.
Use an extra point, you can double it.
Yes. Give me a 32 range. He is 20.
Okay.
Keeps me 23 away.
That is a miss.
The AoE. See, it's because he's not actually out of range. But the prone would affect the AoE.
Yeah, I think you'd also have
raining down on top of him.
You'd also be on an unstable platform.
I'm not firing or throwing, which is what unstable platform says. I'm actually while he hits the button to fire, it's his magic that's guiding it and exploding it.
Okay.
So I'm actually casting.
Okay.
Yeah, it's successful cast. It just doesn't quite register correctly.
So here the Rangers are down there blaming the Chinese guy for casting magic, and this one's up here lighting off bombs and shit.
I'm just gonna point out
Oh yeah,
HG's general
on a
direction
giant
Yeah.
flying robot. Yeah.
Yep, giant
because I
flying
assume
robot.
that he's gonna do that sooner than later.
He would still get the prone bonus then.
Well, so what is it now? It's a
I rolled a
blast.
7. Yeah,
It's an
I'm really just exploding an area effect.
Yeah.
It was really just kind of my cast, but if I don't cast it on him, it doesn't do the damage rate with the raise.
I'm gonna say yeah, he'd have prone bonus because I think wouldn't the game calculate that if he didn't on a blast? Wouldn't it say a blast doesn't?
No, because it's
And
registering
I hit him.
attack,
And what?
not just a successful cast. It's registering it as a ranged attack, not as a.
Well, there, it's a hit now because he used a chip on it.
Well, it's a raise, and in order to get the
Well, it's a hit
the
too.
raise,
Well, I say if he's got the prone, if he's got the prone, if we're gonna roll the prone helps, then which I mean he may have cover for the explosion. I just didn't know if it was.
I mean, think about it. Somebody throws a grenade. What's everybody do? They go for cover. You know, there's a reason they do that. It helps.
Minimize the area that go boom.
It does. It does. It
Yeah, in
minimizes
this
how much
case.
shit goes in. Not in this case. No, that poor bastard. And he is nope, not wasting time on him.
But if he didn't duck and cover, he would have been in more pieces instead of 17.
All
that are on
right.
fire.
You see this ranger? He goes, Gorman, I'm going back up there. And they kind of nod, and he starts. Let's see. And I don't want to have to do that for pace, so I'll just do this. He gets to there. This guy's got a target. Kind of. Shit. I hate that damn console window popping up. It doesn't like Deadlands enough the way it is. Alright, so he does have HG, a line of sight on HG. He's not shaking, but that's a miss.
Yeah, I should have said I ducked back down on top of the thing. It's my bad.
This guy. I'm sorry. What was that, Wicked?
I should have said I ducked back down to use the guy as a shield, but I didn't. It's my fault.
oh well, he missed anyway.
So Timmons sees all this. He's looking up like this to the right, right? Thinking that's where the shots are coming from. And everyone's running up the hill to his left. He's like, what? HT, holy shit. He like ducks down. He goes on hold, right? He's got his hand because he thinks HT's going to blow up the world with that thing. And as he's getting further and further away, Timmons is going to just dash up the hill. He can't even see
What are
all the
we-
way up the hill.
What are we doing? Timmons.
Timmons is dashing.
He's coming off hold.
Oh, he's coming off hold. Okay. There we go. He's coming off
Yeah,
hold.
he requested interrupt before the top of the round.
Gotcha. All right. I wasn't paying attention. Where is Timmons at? There he is. He's down here. Way down here. Way down
He's
yonder.
going
Okay.
Good job, Jeb.
That's odd. It only shows it gave Doc Fong a Benny.
He's going to run.
Did it run out?
That's possible.
I mean, it should like re-roll or whatnot, and then or redraw or shuffle or whatever it's called.
You mean reset the chip bag, but then it just means I need to add chips to the bag, I guess. All right.
Yeah, so Timmons is gonna run up to there and get behind that rock next to Jib.
It probably
Where
means
you at,
somebody.
Jib?
It,
There
Jeb's
are
going.
0 legend chips in the bag, 0 red chips, 0 blue chips, and 0 white chips. That's why.
Add more
Chip got
chips.
a Joker. Nice.
Yeah, everybody but Doc needs an extra token or chip, Benny, whatever you want to call it. A thingamajig. There.
Well, probably because I interrupted right at the end there. I don't know.
No, it ran out of chips in the bag.
Oh,
And who's the one that got the chip?
I got one.
You got one?
Doc got one.
Doc got
Yeah.
one. So Jeb didn't get one?
Correct.
Doc's the only one that got one.
Alonzo gets a chip. Timmons gets a chip.
All right. White
The outlaw gets a chip. Oh, no. HG gets a chip. All right.
Okay. Okay, I'm still targeting that asshat.
So we are at the top of round 4, Jeb.
Die, you son of a bitch.
Whoa. Hand cannon goes off.
The guy laying down over here.
Seriously? A 1 and
Luckily,
a
you
2?
had that smite on there.
Right?
Well, you hit him, and he kind of rolls over in the dirt, and he twitches 2 or 3 times. And hell, I didn't know I didn't have my camera on. He kind of rolls over the dirt. You see him twitch 2 or 3 times, and then he just lays still.
Alright, and I'm going to stand up and probably stay standing up so you can remove that effect. I don't think I can. I think that's silly that I can't remove an effect I've put on.
Agreed.
Did I just remove the wrong guy?
No, it's really cool in other systems
Outlaw
that you can remove things that you put on. That's that's how you got to look at it.
Well, I mean, I should at least be able to apply the same effect and it remove it, but it doesn't.
I don't know how that applied to somebody. Okay. All right. So Jeb,
Can you remove prone from me?
can
I'm
I
standing up.
yes, I can.
All
You
right.
still got smite on you?
Yep. It lasts for like 5 rounds.
3 more, it says.
Yeah. Well, I was meaning when he cast it, and I'm gonna move
Cool.
up to there.
All right. No stealthiness about you. Let's see what's around you here.
Oh.
Nothing there. Okay.
All right, continue to gain ground.
Right.
Run up to there and duck down under those rocks. Have a look.
Okay, so let me do this because this should be. I could do this now and everything should work fine. Damn it, man.
Window creep.
Now I'm trying to click on the damn hide unhide NPC. Well, I'll deal with them as I come to them.
I see him hiding and unhiding.
Do you? You
He's
can't.
There's one down in the tree.
I can't hardly see it on the combat tracker where it's. Anyway, all right. Alonzo.
Yes.
Yes. You got to there and 27. You should be able to see. Yeah, that guy. And see, I knew there was one I was missing. Uh, what the hell's? There he is. Can you see him?
I will shoot him.
I'm going to shoot you.
Looks like you have yourself targeted in the tracker.
Yes, you do have yourself targeted as well.
Oh, that's not good. Let me untarget me.
Yeah, don't shoot your thumb off.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
And I would too. All right.
Actually had a neighbor that apparently shot his thumb off while hunting.
Oh,
Real cool guy though. Didn't slow him down any.
You call him
wasn't very
Hitch?
good at hitchhiking.
Actually, I'm trying to remember his name.
All right. So I missed.
Yes.
You know what? I've got him to burn. I'm gonna Benny that.
All right. There you go.
Much better.
Nice use
Much
of a Benny.
gooder with a raise.
Could have been better,
Yeah.
but
It's good enough.
Could you take off the prone from me? I stood up before.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Could I walk over to this horse that HG left and hop on it so I can run over that way on the horse?
You want to ride up there on a horse?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a riding roll to see if you can get mounted in this thing.
good horsey. Nice
Freaking
horse.
Lone
Holy
Ranger jumped
shit.
off of a rock
No
and landed on the
doubt.
back of
That's some
I-
ninja shit there. Old
Zorro
Doc Fong.
shit. Dunk right on
I
it.
know,
Huh.
Dark Fang away.
And they can go how fast?
I think a horse's pace is 12, isn't it? Or like, I don't know when it's, but it takes a while to get it up and running. So
You know, that kind of makes sense. It really
let's
does.
see. NPC.
Can I go over to there in that case?
Horse. A horse has a pace of 12 and a run die of 8.
So we can
Maybe
move
that-
20 if you get high enough. Nice.
Yeah, so you're able to mount and kick this thing in the ribs and get it goosed up here. And you ride up to there. So I'll say it's going to use 2 of your pace getting mounted in the, getting launched into the saddle on this thing.
And then I just want to look around to see if I can see what everyone's shooting at or hear anything.
Not quite yet. You've still got probably about 10 feet of hill, right here that you got to kind of get up here around it.
Oh. In that case, I'm going to tell the horse, good horsey.
Bonus action, good horsey. Timmons?
Can Timmons see Outlaw number 70?
Yeah, but he's going to have some cover on him because he's back in those trees. You guys can see him. Let me put cover.
Is he already prone?
I don't think he's prone.
Okay.
Because he
asking
just ran up there.
Well, I asked because prone already gives you cover -4. So.
What
or-
number is he?
or whatever.
70? 70? I can't tell which one he is.
70. Oh, sorry, I got my arrow on him. That's why.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't. It doesn't go to the combat. The combat tracker's not freaking wide enough for me to read the names. Is the problem? So
Make the combat tracker wider.
hang on, dude.
I don't even see him in the combat. Oh, there he is. He's got the 7 of hearts.
Yeah. So let me put some cover on him here. There you go. Fire away.
All right, so Timmons is just going to take a pop shot, keep his head down with his Colt Dragoon. He didn't think of bringing his Winchester up here. I don't know why. He's like,
Oh shit!
oh.
You maxed both them.
I hit the bastard too with a raise. Oh, it's not with a raise though. It's like, pow!
So
Swings him.
he kind of staggers him around a little bit. You can see some blood fly off of his shoulder.
And he's done.
All right.
He's like behind that rock, right? He's kind of kneeling.
All right. So let me get back up here to the combat tracker to where I'm supposed to be. Outlaw veteran 57. Okay. Where the hell's he at? That's him. They're not disappearing when I click on the hide NPC. I guess you got to click just a little bitty tiny spot.
I saw him disappear from the combat tracker for a second.
Well, you have it highlighted. It'll show up to you like it's really there, even if we can't
Right.
see it.
Right. Oh. Lonzo, there's a shot comes from the west of you. Over in the bushes. I thought you had like prone or something on.
I
Nope.
had cover because I was stuck down behind the rocks, but I wasn't prone.
Okay. You did have cover on you though?
No.
I didn't have the effect on me.
Oh, that's why it did. Because I'm sitting there going, that six shouldn't have hit. Because he ducked down. I heard you go, I'm gonna duck down behind these rocks. So yeah, let's try this. Cover light on long, and then
Still gonna hit.
do what now?
I said that still would have hit.
It would
That'll
late
hit.
Minus
cover.
2 is a 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you wanted to re-roll it, which I would be totally okay with.
Well, what fun is there in that?
Depends
Yeah,
whether or not you roll a
we're gonna
32.
re-roll it again.
I don't know. I think that should be the
Let
player's
Yeah,
cover on
choice.
it.
that's the player's choice. You're right, Drake. Should be the player's choice. You want to take that hit, or you want me to re-roll it?
Put in light cover on me. Go ahead and re-roll it.
It could be worse. That's why I think
It
it's the
could.
player's
It could.
Nope.
choice. Oh, perfect.
It misses.
That worked
Just
out well in
barely
your favor.
He like
dings
ducks
something
down
around.
at the last second. Pew!
Okay, no, he cannot there. No, he cannot. He can't see him, though.
He says something in Spanish. You
Holy
almost hit me,
holy.
Mucha cabeza.
Pinche puta.
What in the hell? How come?
Ranger Gorman.
Okay, let's do it this way. All right, so he can definitely see HG.
I think everyone can see HG being that he's flying on a robot.
Right?
Oh, that's a hit.
Oh,
Ooh. HG.
Sure, I've got a lot of chips. I'll spend a white chip and try to soak.
HG swings over to the side on his robot as this bullet passes through his coat, blows a big hole in his coat.
Thank God for wild dice.
All right, all right, all right. And I'm going to say that they cannot see HG. This guy has gathered his strength. He begins moving this direction. Shit, every single pace roll I've rolled has been a 1.
one.
He's broken.
They,
Clear.
they,
It's all
they got
Jingo's fault.
They got jump boots on. They're slick. Stupid Texas. They got cowboy boots on.
He moves that direction. Can he? See? No, not quite. All right. Shaking status removed. Cool. So,
From where Timmons winged him.
yeah, Timmons winged him a little bit earlier. Let's see. He's going to fire this rifle at one of them people up there. Let's figure out who's going to be. 1, 2. He's got somebody way up in the air. And so 2, 4, 6. 2. HG, of course, it's going to be HG. Way up there in the air, like that.
Just imagine the Rocket Man.
I'd say if I'm way up above him, would I still have cover? Would I have cover from the robot?
Not
Or would
really.
it
You're
be the
fucking.
next range implement?
You know what it has to be? Technically, you're
It is like
you're on a
3
vehicle,
times my size.
but you're on a vehicle. Okay, you're in a vehicle. So we had determined in vehicular combat, in order you have to do a called shot to hit the operator, right? It's what we were doing with boats. So basically, a called shot to hit you and get them off was a -2.
Of course, that also means if he shoots the robot and he's a vehicle,
Which is the same thing as
Which is the same thing as cover. So,
Cover.
right. So basically, it works out that way. So
mechanically. So I would take the not want to get my robot shot because I am flying on it currently.
short range. Did he shoot the right thing? Yeah, I guess so. He missed. And oh, it's an improvement.
A 2.
double
It's a
your
2?
fun.
These must be going downhill.
All right. HG.
Could I tell which direction these shots were coming from?
Yeah, you can tell there's a guy down there in the trees. You don't have a real good line of sight on him though, but you can see this person. I'm gonna have to turn this off, and you still don't have, because of that right there. I'm gonna give you this to look at. That's who's just popped a shot at you. Damn near took you off your flying broom there, witch boy. So you're headed, okay. And with that, now what do you see?
Both of them.
Okay. Dang old man. Dang old man. Ain't gonna work. Dang old man.
Would that get them both?
Nah, you get one or the other. He's trying to fit it in there. No, because when you had it there, one of them, at least one of them was over 50% in the square. The other one was not the way you had it sitting. So that's why I say nope. See, that one's not in there at all. If you move it over a little bit and up, the other one's not.
It's just barely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll train one down on this guy.
Okay. Oh, pick up in the dice. That's it. Dang, old man. And you know what? You got to use them, don't you? You got to use. Oh, soaked it up. Oh. Uh-oh. Anything else, HG?
I will use my last action to duck down on the robot's back as best I can.
Okay, so you're going to use your action to take some cover with the robot. Put half cover on yourself there.
You can see him flopping down, laying down on top of it. Right?
I'm going to pass the turn for you on to Ranger Bab. Ranger Bab, sitting here in the middle, and he goes, you know what? Anybody?
What's that?
What?
Yes.
I think it's time for the secret weapon.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I
Benno.
already used it once. It takes a little while to build up.
Oh no. And he opens up his saddlebag, and it must be a magic saddlebag because he sticks his hand in it and he pulls out this 4-foot long man with no pants and hairy legs, hairiest legs you've ever seen, bowler hat. And he's got what looks like some kind of a piece of pipe, and he's filling it with gas. And then he lights this thing off, boom! And shit flies everywhere, and every single one of you fuckers takes a hit. Covered in shit. Takes off his bowler's hat, takes a bow. Ranger Bab goes, now, they ain't gonna be able to hit nothing. And we'll end it there.
We covered in shit, so we got covered.
Yep, you guys are covered in shit, and everybody is, well, actually, I do need from Doc Fong a fear roll at the penalty, Doc.
Oh, because he's a monkey.
Yes, you are.
We don't get no music? What the hell? Are you slacking?
No, it is.
It's playing.
Oh, my Starscape crashed. Damn it.
You survive. You actually kept control of it. You kind of, holy shit! It's that fucking monkey again. It's that monkey. And
behind the horse partially. It's my comfort animal.
Monkey runs over and he dives headfirst right into this saddlebag and just disappears. And that's where we'll leave it at the top of round 5 with Alonzo Perez and a queen for next week's.
I don't like monkeys. You
don't like monkeys either? You guys all are covered in shit, and there'll be a little penalty for that. You and everybody else, including the bad guys.
Timmons got shit on his hat and in his pants. He's fine. He's fine.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for swinging by. We're about 15 minutes late, so I'm not even going to look for anybody to raid. We're going to tell you bye or see you tomorrow night here for Against the Ion Throne Starfinder with G and Venerick, or see you with Drake over on Drake Takes, Twitch/Drake Takes. For tomorrow night is Chult, is it? Tomorrow night?
Yep.
He's doing a homebrew for Jungles of Chult, so check that out. Jingo, you'll be in homebrew for Jungles of Chult, right? No.
I will be. Yes.
You will be, yes. All right, and I think the rest of us, except Wicked, goes off and does family things, on Friday. So we will see you all somewhere around this weekend or back here next Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Good night.